I'm Glick, your host, as always. You might notice that somebody is missing or that it is awfully quiet. Jeff may or may not be joining us momentarily. We shall see what happens tonight. I don't know. He had some shit that he had to do or something. And like a jackass, he waited until a half hour before the podcast. But it is what it is. I know he's got to get shit taken care of. But anyways, as I said, welcome everybody to Nonsensical Nonsense, episode 31. I'm Glick, your host. If you're not already, and if you'd like to, feel free to give us a follow on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, all that stuff, all under Nonsensical Nonsense. We're all there. And if you don't catch the full show and you want to catch the whole full show replay, or you want to hear other episodes, get caught up, we're on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcast, and pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts. So go give it a listen. Give us a follow. Let us know what you guys think. I'm gonna try to stammer through this, but I also got to send out all these shares and all that jazz like I normally do. Typically, Jeff is here to talk while I do this, but he's not here tonight. So lucky me, I guess you could say. And I don't know if I just wiped out somebody's comment. I don't know what I just did. I'm already failing. I'm failing at life. Fuck my life. But football season is officially back. I was watching the pregame and the Hall of Fame inductions and all that jazz tonight. I currently have the game on my other phone over here because why not? It's football. And I know it's only preseason, and I know it's a Hall of Fame game, and I know it doesn't matter, but it's football. So we all know what that means. What do you want, Jeff? We all know what that means. With football comes hoodie season, which I'm looking forward to because I'm a big guy and I don't really care for the heat all that much. So, well, you can want all you want, but I don't think it's going to help him appear any faster or appear at all. Now I lost track. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just trying to share this out and all that jazz. But I'm pretty excited for football season. Don't really get to talk a whole lot of football because Jeff does not know really much of anything about sports. He doesn't understand them. He doesn't get them. As a Browns fan, I've lived through many years of bullshit. And it looks like we finally have a team that might make a decent run in the playoffs this year. Hell, who knows? We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Okay, I think I got that. Okay, I think I got that done. Go Steelers, shut your whore mouth. Yes, absolutely. I have missed football like crazy. Football has finally begun. I got the game up. I really don't know. I guess I'm kind of sort of rooting for the Steelers here. But, I don't care for either team. So there's that. Trying, guys. Football preseason has officially begun. I'm watching it too. I do have it pulled up. You'd think for a guy who went live for his Tom looks tired. You're not wrong. He really does. He's like, fuck, I'm already over this season, and it's only the first preseason game. But yeah, you'd think for a guy who has done live broadcasting or whatever on TikTok or Periscope for as long as I have, that this would come relatively easy for me. But as I explained to my lovely fiance. I didn't turn Facebook live. I don't know how I'm gonna pull this off solo tonight, but I'm gonna wing it and see what the fuck happens. You know, over the last couple of months, I've gotten used to having that second person here to bounce off of and continuously bullshit with. Yeah, in all honesty, I really don't care who wins this game. And I would never root for a player to get hurt, but if Najee Harris got hurt, wouldn't hurt my feelings none. Just because apparently the Steelers think they have a running game this year after last year, but I don't know. Apparently they still have no fucking offensive line, but but what do I know? I'm just an armchair quarterback. Shut your whore mouth. I know, right? You're not wrong there. The answer is never the Steelers. Never. But I mean, I don't know. I used to be like that. Fuck the Steelers, fuck the Bengals. Well, actually, I still am. Fuck the Ravens. Because fuck the Ravens. That stadium could, and all their players, a giant, what do they call those things where the earth opens up and just swallows shit? If that would happen, like at their training camp or whatever, or around their stadium, I would be perfectly happy with that. Not a fan of the Patriots either, but I don't like Bill Belichick. I hate how Bill Belichick was in Cleveland for many years and it was ass, and then he goes to New England and all of a sudden he's the greatest coach of all time. Turns out he just had the greatest quarterback of all time. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. But I've already lost my train of thought. I've got so much shit going through my head. I don't know if you guys on the Facebook page, if you've seen the post I posted today, I had my first encounter with the giant Asian hornet, also known as the murder hornets. That was pretty cool. Ben is the goat. The goat at what? Rape? Ben Roethlisberger is far from the goat of anything. The goat of completely blowing your season all to hell when you're 11-0. The goat of fumbling on the first snap of a playoff game. The goat of crying on the bench like a little schoolgirl. The goat of being the biggest douchebag Miami University of Ohio has ever seen. That I have not personal firsthand experience, but I know a lot of people that went to college with him and said he was a raging douchebag. I'm just saying, you don't have to hate me. You know you love me. I could respect the Steelers, the organization, because they are a really good organization and they treat their guys really well and they take care of their guys. I mean, look what they did for Ryan Shazier. They could have just been like, nope, sorry about you. Look, you're on your own, pal. But they took care of him. So the Hines family seem to be pretty good peoples. I'm not bringing up old shit. That was just last year that all that happened. Well, not the rape and everything else, but the 11-0 start and then falling apart, being the worst 11-0 team of all time, getting their asses spanked in the playoffs in Pittsburgh by the Cleveland Browns, which who the fuck seen that coming? And then Ben crying on the bench. That's all new stuff. That just happened. Look, I've taken like 20 years, 30 years of getting my ass whooped by the fucking Steelers. Now that we can turn it around, even if it is for one season, you got to give me that victory and stop busting my balls. But as I was saying though, I was really kind of hoping that I could. Unfortunately, the one that I had to see what was going on at these people's houses was dead. I really wish I could have found the nest for this fucking murder hornets, because I think that would have been a fun fight to get into. Which one, Johnny Manziel? Yeah, he was a fucking. He could have got hit by a bus, and I'd have been happy. Trust me, I was not happy. I was not happy about Cleveland drafting Johnny Manziel. I hated that. I hated that fucking ass clown with a passion. Yeah, I know you're not talking about Baker, because Baker had a great rookie season. Well, not great, but a really good rookie season. And then the second season, we had no offensive line, so he ran around like a chicken with his head cut off. And then last year, he was one of the top quarterbacks in the league. So, I mean, there's that. Shut up, Jake. Johnny Manziel's an asshole. Trust me, Keely, I'm on board with you there. I hate Johnny Manziel. I hated him when he was in college. I hated him when we drafted him. I was so pissed off when we drafted him. He was actually, probably in all honesty, one of the only players that I wished an injury upon. If somebody would have picked him up and speared him and Shazier'd him, I wouldn't have hurt my feelings one bit. Baker's the man. Baker Mayfield is the man. It just shows what a good offensive line can do. Tim Tebow was a Heisman Trophy winner. Just because you win the Heisman doesn't mean that you're. How many Ohio State quarterbacks have won Heisman's and been absolute dog trash in the NFL? I don't know what, Johnny, man. You better watch your fucking mouth right now, because you know what? We're going to have to fight. I was excited. I was excited when Cleveland traded for OBJ, but then when he got there and he had his head up his ass and he was doing all this prima donna, give me bullshit, it really irritated me. And I'm hoping last season with the injury, it humbled him to the fact that Baker is truly at his best when Baker can sling the ball and throw the ball all over the field, and he's not trying to force it to one fucking receiver all damn game. What do you know about football? Jockstrap sniffer. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't want to spend this whole time talking about football. I mean, I would. That might happen. That actually might happen. I might do it. I might do some football podcasting later on in the year. I got to see if my buddy Kevin's on board, or see if Tyler wants to do it. I got a couple buddies that said they wanted to do a football one, but I got to make sure they're actually on board with it. Maybe they won't bail on me. Maybe. Hell, I don't know. But yeah, I'm okay with OBJ. Nobody's playing today. Nobody's playing tonight. Dak's not playing. Nobody's playing. Zeke's not playing. Flacco was way better than Troy. You just want to come talk shit. What the fuck was I saying? I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna kind of flounder around and see what happens. But oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. OBJ. Hopefully he'll have a better season this year. Hopefully he's more about the team. He'll be a better player. But I mean, we got a pretty decent receiver core. I mean, with Landry and Higgins and DPJ, Donovan People Jones. Drink another one. I have it on over here beside me, beside my laptop. So I'm just kind of half-ass watching it. Drink another one. I probably will. Probably drink a couple more. To be honest with you, why don't you drink one, pussy? But yeah, like I have nothing. I have like if I'd have known that I was gonna be on my own tonight, I would have prepared some shit. I would have done some kind of prep. But Jeff and I just go off the cuff, so I didn't do any type of prep. You're always invited. First of all, you don't need an invitation. The door's always fucking open for you. You know better than that. I'm too busy on Baker's dick. What the hell are you talking about? Shit. You of all people know that the door is always open for you, Donnie. Just bring beer with you. Be a good person. Don't be a horrible person and show up with no beer. Because, that's just not cool. For the most part, I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna say something. I totally fucking derailed. Completely squirreled over here. I owe you a beer. What do I owe you? Why do I owe you? Why you owe me? What do I owe you beer for? Crickets. Exactly. You owe me beer for being your friend all those years. Claypool, you're garbage. Your mother's a whore. Maybe you should spend less time dancing and more time practicing catching a football. Fucker. Oh, he hurt his vagina. But you guys keep distracting me with football talk. I'll go all night long talking about football. I'm excited for the football season, man. Like, not even just the Cleveland Browns. Yeah, you're the reason the Bronco went into the goddamn mud. Fucker, you're a terrible navigator. Mhm. Go left, go left. There's a tree. Fucking tree was about as big around as my goddamn pinky, and my Bronco was the size of a fucking tank. Your baby keeps exiting out of my podcast. Put that kid to bed. Yeah, past her bedtime. But I keep getting so sidetracked. I could tell that story. That could be an interesting. That whole day, my graduation party. That whole day was a shit show, man. Like from Jump Street, that day was a complete shit show. Issues with the Bronco, not wanting to start, showing up late. Everybody and their brother was pissed off at me. I was going to go mud running. Uncle Pat got stuck. Got him out. then we fucking buried the shit out of the Bronco. Almost killed Pops. It was a fun time though. At the end of the day, created some good memories, some fun memories. I can't believe that shit. I can't believe that's been 21 years ago. Fuck, man. They're getting old. Yeah. Every good story starts with this one time when we got drunk. Yeah, that was a fun night. I can't believe that's been 21 years ago. Jesus Christ, I'm getting old, man. You're getting old too, brother. Fuck. I think you and I. Oh God, here comes. Wait. Oh, here comes the glitch. Maybe it's gonna come out of it. I think you and I have created quite a few. This one time when we got drunk stories. Lord knows there's been plenty of them at the big sleeves. or or me showing up at your apartment here in town, drunker than shit, looking for a place to crash, and swearing up and down I walked back from the bar and my truck was parked in front of the apartment. Fortunately, I do not encourage drinking and driving. You should never drink and drive, kids. It's bad. The only good part about that situation was I only had to drive like maybe a mile, if that. But I could have swore I walked. When I left the bar, I started out walking. Yeah, let me in. I'm drunk. I'm drunk. Or the many nights we sit out in front of your apartment here in town in the back of my truck in lawn chairs, drinking beer, listening to country music. Yeah, we're not hillbillies or anything. We're not rednecks or anything out here in Newark, y'all. Uh, we just do hillbilly shit. Those are some good days, man. We used to listen to that fucking God, what was that damn song we used to listen to over and over and over and over again? For those of you who don't know, I'm referring to my buddy Donnie. Actually, he's more like a brother to me. Yeah. Brooks and Dunn. Was that Brooks and Dunn? That old Chevy was quick on the draw, outrun the or that old Ford outrun the Chevys and the Dodges. They're like picking fights with the boys from the valley or some shit like that. Um, my buddy Donnie, who, like I said, he's more like a brother to me. Him and I literally grew up together. Uh, my dad and his almost time for raspy brownie time. We were talking some football earlier. My co-host didn't show up, but my dad and Donnie's family, his Donnie's grandfather has known my dad since he was a kid. So Donnie and I have got some memories. We've been through some shit together. Uh, Even this goofy asshole holding my keys. And some pricks jumped me at a concert one night. Because we used to tell him that's what his job was: hold our keys and wallets if we got into a fight. Yeah, we was talking about the Browns, man. Uh, just a few minutes ago, we was talking about football in general. I'm pumped for the season, man. I'm ready. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. And week one, we get vengeance. Hopefully, we can slap the taste out of KC's mouth, fuckers. Uh but we all have that. We all have that one, maybe two friends that we've been friends with forever and a day, and they know everything about you. You know everything about them for the most part, and no chance, bruh. No. As soon as I start talking shit about KC, here comes one of their damn fans. I wasn't talking shit about them. I was just saying, hopefully, we get revenge on them because y'all fuckers cheated in the playoffs to beat us. We would have been in the Super Bowl losing to Tom Brady, not you, because Buffalo played like ass against you guys. Which is cool. Even though the years have gone by and sometimes you may fade or drift away from your friends and stuff like that, you know, you guys could always get together at any time and pick up right where you left off, like you never, like you were never apart. Those are the kind of friends that people need. I did switch from football talk, but Joe came in here. Guy I used to work with at Orca came in here and he said, "Almost time for raspy brownie talk from Glit." He's referring to my videos last year, man. I feel like my hype videos were really good. I feel like the Cleveland Browns should hire me and be their hype man. I could be on the PA at the at all the home games and all the tailgate parties for the away games. Yeah, exactly, Donnie. Yeah, every time. Yeah, well, so do you, but well, that's obviously why. No, exactly. And they're the type of people that, like if you need somebody for something or whatever, you can give them a call, and most times they're right there. 9 times out of 10. But it's tough to find people like that these days, or to have friendships that last as long as they do. I mean, outside of Donnie, Jeff might be one of my longest friendships, and hell, we ain't seen each other since the day we graduated. We've been friends for 25 years. I mean, we still bullshit and talk and whatnot. My mic is just not. Obviously, we talking bullshit. I mean, Jeff's my co-host when he can make the podcast. If you don't stop starting your shit tonight, my mic is just having issues down here. It's okay. This is what we're doing. Cool. I think my mic's possessed, to be honest with you guys. Let's try that. It's just wandering around. It keeps tipping over. Legs. I don't know what the hell is going on with it. I might have to get some kind of permanent fixture for it and hang it up. We'll have to wait and see. Man. Go interview my man Charles Woodson. He made it into the Hall of Fame. Go find him. Fuck all these former Steelers. The Browns used to suck. They don't suck no more. No more, no more, no more. What the hell do you guys want to talk about? You know what? This is your guys' show. What do you want to talk about? What should we talk about tonight? I'll leave it up to you guys. What do you guys want to talk about? I can tell you bug stories because that's how excited my life is. I got excited because I got to. I thought I was going to get to tangle with the infamous murder wasp, but instead I just had a dead one. Couldn't find the nest. Of course, then the other day I fucking put my sex, drugs, and beer. Well, it is Thursday. Typically, I do smoke meth and throat punch hookers on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but the kids are here, so during the summer I gotta take a week off from the meth and throat punching of hookers. It is what it is. Actually, that's a lie. I don't smoke meth. I sprinkle it upon my steak like I'm the Salt Bay. I'm the meth bay, and I just sprinkle it right on my steak. So, but yeah, I'd rather not go into sex stories with you, Donnie, because Lord knows you've got some doozies. What?
He's winning.
Who's Dallas? It's 3-0.
I'm watching the game.
You're watching the game?
Yeah, I want to watch.
If you tell Austin to download Yahoo Sports.
She's watching the show.
No, tell her to download Yahoo Sports on your tablet.
It's Austin.
Huh?
It's Austin.
Yahoo Sports, and then you can put the game on. Hey, Cash. Fucking kid. I don't know, man. Or tell her to put the Spectrum. Actually, tell her to put the Spectrum app on your tablet, because then you won't have to sign in or anything, because it'll automatically connect with the Wi-Fi and go to channel 8, and then you can watch the game on your tablet. What's up, Wesley? That kid is ready for football, man. I've created a monster with that kid. He is ready. How's Amy? I don't know. Message her. Y'all both some grown ass adults. I have not seen her since Brandon's graduation. I told her to invite me out to the cabin this summer. I was going to go. I wanted to take my gun out there and shoot it because I don't have anywhere to shoot my fucking gun. And I bought a gun like right after I moved into this apartment almost 2 years ago. Sex, Amy, anything. That's not weird. I'm over it. I mean, if it happens, it happens. If it hasn't happened yet, I'm even more surprised by that than anything else, at the end of the day. So that's the more surprising thing is the fact that it hasn't happened. Oh, I've been over for a long time. like I said, I'm really surprised that it hasn't happened. But no, they got that cabin down there in Coshocton or wherever the hell it's at. And I was like, yeah, let me know when you guys go out there. I'll come out and hang out. I want to bring my gun out and shoot it. I just got a Smith & Wesson 9. I haven't even, dude, it's both clips. It has not been fired once. So both clips are full from the original. Because when I bought the gun, the gun store that I went to is down the road from me. It's locally owned and it's owned by all veterans, and they only employ veterans. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess kind of discrimination or whatever. Or they don't only employ veterans, but most of their employees are all veterans. So I went down there and bought my gun. But I have yet to been able to shoot it. Mainly because I'm also way too cheap to go to a firing range and pay to shoot my gun. So I have that going against me. Right there. What's going on, Leslie? So that's what I told her. I was like, let me know when you guys come out or go out there. I'll come out and get drunk and shoot my gun, go hunt Sasquatch and shoot his big hairy ass. Hopefully I'm not confused with Sasquatch, but, it is what it is. Nice. Mine's it's a Smith & Wesson 9mm. I'm not going to show it on camera because it gets me in trouble. SD9BE. I love it. I wanted the 40, but when I went and bought my gun, the 40 is the SD BE 40 is super popular, so nobody had it. But it's a nice, comfortable gun. It fits in my hand real nice. What's going on, Sean? And it's light. Even with a full clip in it, the gun weighs like nothing. So but both the 9mm and the 40. I'll send you a picture on Snapchat. Don't let me forget. Snapchat me and remind me. And when I get off here tonight, when I get done, I'll send you a picture of it. But that was the other problem I was having because I got big hands. So to find the handle that fit comfortably in my hand and felt good was hard to do. And that's what I liked about the 40. And essentially the 9mm is the exact same gun, just the 9 and not the 40. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, send me a picture. I like the 1911s. I want to get a 45. But I don't know if I want to get I don't know if I want a revolver or if I want a pistol. But the cool thing about this gun shop down the road that I go to, they've got some really badass guns from like they've got a Scar. You can get the Scar down there. They got the I think it's called a Bulldog. It's a automatic shotgun. Pops just bought one actually. Pops bought one from Vance's, I think. So That's the other thing I've been putting off. I want to get my CCW so I can start carrying. Even though Ohio is a open carry, but there's different rules and laws and stuff about like in your car, the gun and the magazine or the ammunition have to be separate, and I think they have to be in separate locked compartments out of reach. I think something like that. So like I could put my gun in the trunk, and then I could put my clips in the glove box or some shit like that. Not 100% sure how it all works, but I know Ohio's an open carry law or an open carry state. So, I mean, in all honesty, I could walk around with it on my hip right now, and it'd be perfectly fine. But to be safe and not run into any issues or any problems or anything like that, I would much rather have my CCW just in case anybody gets a wild burr up their ass and wants to be angry or shitty or anything like that. But I do down the road plan on buying a few more guns. I don't want to have like a crazy ass gun collection. I just want to have a couple that I like to carry on a regular basis and then have one that stays at the house at all times. Walk around like fucking wild or put dual 45s on my hip, get my CC. I'm ready for anything. The fuck? Let's go. Yeah, like I said, no, in all honesty, I probably would get a matching set. Keep one in my car, one on my hip, and then I'd probably just leave my 9 for in the house. It's easy to use, quick to get to, quick to load, all that jazz. Don't all you anti-Second Amendment nuts get all pissy with me. I'm not out here trying to shoot up all your weird conventions and shit or kill anybody. It's just a protection thing because the world's gone to hell in a handbasket. And we should be allowed to protect ourselves if need be. You feel me? And this is the part that sucks about not having your co-host here. I gotta go fry some chicken. So you guys are gonna get dead air, and those of you who are watching live, you're gonna be staring at my wall. But I will be right back. Here, sorry about that pause. Sorry about that dead air. Sorry about the silence. But I'm back. So let me see if I could maybe find a couple interesting stories we can. I don't even know how to do stories. Like that's the thing. Like, how the hell are you supposed to do a story when you're by yourself? Like every once in a while, Jeff and I like to do, news stories. We don't do anything crazy or serious. It's like strange news or this, that, or the other thing. But how the fuck are you supposed to do that on your own when you don't have that feedback, like that immediate feedback? You know what I mean? But let's give it a try, shall we? See how I do here. So Typically, when I talk about Florida or when we talk about Florida, it's usually bad. But this is kind of a cool story I was looking at earlier. Because I'm always looking at these news stories, and if one catches my eye, then I'll try to bring it up and talk about it. But like I said, usually Jeff's here to bounce off of. I was hoping he would. I even delayed this. Like in all honesty, I even delayed this and put it off to start a little bit later, hoping that he would be back. But he's not. So I don't know if I should start looking for a new co-host. I don't know what's going on. I'm just kidding. I don't. But down in Tallahassee, there was a lady. She was from Missouri, but she was kind of having a little bit of a shitty day, and she was trying to catch a flight back home, whatever, this, that, and the other thing, and her fucking flight got canceled. So she was like, "All right, well, I guess to kill some time or whatever." She went and bought a scratch-off lottery ticket and won $1 million fucking off that bitch. How fucking cool is that? Like you're already in a bad mood because I've never flown personally, but I've known a lot of people who have flown, and much like the DMV, the airport seems to put people in the worst fucking mood ever. Well, if you had HAPS, but so you're already pissed off. You're bent out of shape. You're trying to go home. Your fucking flight got canceled, and are you on HAPS? Oh, you are on HAPS. Oh, I was like, why am I not seeing it? I thought you were on Facebook. And then you go buy a scratch off just for shits and grins to kill some time, and you fucking pull off $1 million. It's kind of a mood changer right there. But then there's another lady who fucking walked around with a winning lottery ticket in her purse for like 2 or 3 weeks, worth $39 million. It blows my mind when I hear stories about people who go buy a lottery ticket and then forget about it. Well, that there in itself is a problem altogether, Wesley. Yeah, Haps can be a little bit confusing at times. I wish they had honestly, I wish they had a share feature where you could share the actual live broadcast, but I mean, I guess you can't. So maybe they'll get there. I know they're still in their beta. They're still trying to figure things out, I believe. So I mean, maybe, just maybe, they will eventually. I don't know. Let me see here. I've never actually gone on and watched our lives on Haps while we're live, because typically I have Facebook pulled up. Speaking of Facebook, seems like a good time. If you guys aren't already, feel free to check us out on social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that jazz under Nonsensical Nonsense. Also, if you catch a little bit of the live, but you want to hear the full episode, or you want to hear other episodes, we're on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcast, and pretty much anywhere you get your podcast at, we can be found there. And if for whatever reason you want to send an email, because we do have an email account. We had to, so I could set up all these social media accounts and this, that, and the other thing. The email is nonsensicalnonsensepodcast@gmail.com. So definitely go give us a liking, thumbing, pounding, whatever it is that you do. Subscribe. We're everywhere. I think I said YouTube. If I didn't say YouTube, we're also on YouTube, Nonsensical Nonsense, where when we go live on Haps, we multicast onto Haps, Facebook, and YouTube, and then the videos are up there if you want to scroll through and watch a replay. If we're talking about pictures or, because that's always a super cool thing to do when you're a radio show or a podcast and you start talking about watching pictures or watching videos or looking at pictures, and everybody's like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Well, if you hear us and you're listening to us on one of the various podcast formats, you can look at the timer and you can go over to YouTube and you can just scroll to that time and go, oh, okay, that's what Stupid's talking about. Or you can go onto our Facebook page, either way. Well, shameless plugs, is what it is. Got to get it out there. I mean, nobody else is going to do it for me. I share like crazy. So, what's going on, Jay? Hello from New York. Hello, New York from Ohio. How is this game not in halftime yet? Jesus H. Christ. Holy smokes. What the hell do I got to lose? I'm going to call you in, but we're not going to talk about all that. You're a furry chick. I'll let you call in, but we're not talking about all that other bullshit that's going on in the house world that's got you all heated up today. Deal? Let's keep it light. Because too many people have been on that kick today. Some of y'all, not you, Jay, but some of these motherfuckers that have been on this kick don't have a dog in the fight and don't have any reason to be yammering on about it. They just want to try to feel relevant. You're drinking wine. Look at you, Mr. Fancy Pants. I got to figure out how to invite you in. Yeah, my co-host bailed on me tonight, so I'm trying to do this. Yeah, I think I did. I'm trying to do this solo. I don't know if he's going to show up or not. Maybe he will. I'm hoping he will. But, oh, shit. I've been yammering on for almost a fucking hour. And what I meant to say, I meant to bring this up at the beginning of the show, but I kind of got sidetracked because of the whole Jeff not being here tonight. Saturday night. Yeah, King of Guacamole. Saturday night, 2 days from now, we are going to have our not our first guest, but our first official interview. A friend of mine, Rock Lee, he is a rapper, singer, music producer, is joining the show. And he's going to come on and...
Who's Tim Beers? Do we know who this person is? Never mind. Moving forward. That sounds cool. Yeah, I'll come check it out.
But yeah, the kid's amazing. The dude can literally sing. He can sing from Disturbed to John Legend and rap his ass off like fucking pop.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and he does. And he does EDM music. Like that's like his forte.
It's hard
so he produces and mixes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. Sorry. No, I was gonna say, Tim. When someone subscribes, it's in tiny little print. You can't always it doesn't show the logo or anything, right? Because Tim, I know Tim. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
That sounds cool though, Glick. That'll good fun content, man. It's good. What do you buy? A beer to drink? You got a beer to match your outfit?
Oh, well, it's my koozie.
Okay,
yeah. Yeah, man.
I didn't see that.
I got a match, man. Football season's in full effect as of today.
I got it. Well,
So-
you know, I mean, I hope you make the draft this year, bro.
Well, the draft is over this year, but maybe I can go in as a
Exactly.
unsigned draft,
I'm an excellent agent.
undrafted free agent.
We'll just call you like the refrigerator too.
Yeah,
Whatever
kind of like.
Whatever happened to the refrigerator, by the way?
I think he's dead. To be honest with you,
Is he? Well,
yeah, I think he might be dead. Man,
what's
I
his
hope he's
name
not
in
alive.
the refrigerator NFL. Let's see.
It was his last name was
Google the
Perry.
refrigerator NFL.
Will?
I don't know. Fucking phone's not working right. But yeah, I don't know. I'll get you there.
Yeah, Will Perry. Will the refrigerator Perry.
Oh. You like Steve Perry?
He was the lead singer of Journey.
Yeah. Dude, did you know like there was you watch these shows, The Housewives or whatever, you heard of these shows, right?
I know what they are, but no,
So
I
there's
don't.
one that
I don't
used to be
watch
the Real
them.
Housewives of Potomac, Maryland, right? And on that show,
Yeah.
it was like this blonde and this guy Shah Tahani or something. And he ended up being the guy who crashed the White House. Do you remember that? The White House wedding crasher people? When Obama was
I don't.
president. Yeah, they went in, they got through security, and they were from the anyway. Well, okay, so his hot wife dumps him after that. Starts fucking the guy from Journey. Not Steve Perry, but one of the other guys. I can't remember.
The Filipino guy that took over for
no,
Steve Perry?
Not Filipino though. Who else? No, it was one of the other band members.
Oh, like one of the original band members.
You know, one of the top. I forget the other guy's name, and then apparently it was so bad that he was like, the ex-husband's like writing to her, "Hey, honey, what are you doing?" And this guy's like taking pictures and saying to her, "She's sucking on my 10-inch cock right now."
What the fuck? That's cold-blooded, man.
I read like their divorce thing. It was on the internet once, and it was like that's what was going on. She was like, this guy. I don't know what the hell. They were crazy. He was a crazy guy. Should have been.
Yeah, that's cold-blooded, man. To just be like,
they had like
hey,
kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe he liked it though. Like who knows? Maybe sometimes you hear these stories and then you find out he was into it, or like.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's definitely those guys out there like that. Did you realize? Speaking of Steve Perry, that man's 72 years old.
Steve Perry,
and he put out an album last year, a solo album. That dude can still sing his ass off, and he can still hit those stupid ass high notes that he used to do.
He has a unique voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe he has no testicles.
I mean, I'm not gonna make any judgments or anything like that.
He definitely could hit the high notes.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's had some.
He was a good singer, man. I mean, certain guys, or like if you look at a more, I know I'm gonna make myself sound old saying this to you, but like Frankie Valli.
Yeah, okay, Jay, how old are? Oh wait, oh yeah, you are old. You're like.
But
60.
you know Frankie Valli, right? Like from Jersey Boys.
Yeah, I know who Frankie Valli is.
He had, I forgot what they call his voice, falsetto maybe, which is one of the most rare like octave voices. Like that guy could sing like crazy notes.
Mm-hmm. But when you bring up music and you bring up musicians, one of the things that you have to understand is like my favorite era of music is like the 50s and 60s.
Yeah, I can get into that. I mean, Beach Boys. Well, that was even. We're talking like Elvis. Like, who are your favorite artists from that era?
I liked like Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, obviously all dead, super young.
Yeah. I know all about those.
I like a lot of the. I like a lot of the R&B and the Temptations and Four Seasons and Four Tops and and like the doo-wop bands and stuff like that, Dion and whatnot.
We should form a doo-wop band. It could be you, me, somebody really tall and thin. Yeah, it's gotta look right.
You're like really tall. I mean, I'm kind of tall. I'm not thin, but I'm kind of tall.
I feel like a doo-wop band. Either like 5 guys in sweaters from from Harvard, crewing, or more like
bunch of guys in old Letterman sweaters.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Or just like a bunch of misfits. Like one guy, like Vince Vaughn, and like some other idiot who's 6, all different shapes and sizes. Yeah, singing. But You ever seen
Dude,
you ever seen the movie The Breakup?
what is that?
Jennifer Aniston, Vince Vaughn.
I think I have seen it,
There was a
maybe
scene
once or
when,
twice.
like, she let the brother use the apartment, and he was having like his doo-wop group sing in the bedroom.
Oh, Jesus.
To piss off her husband. Oh,
Yeah, speaking of Vince Vaughn, I just watched a movie the other night with him in it. Freaky.
the new movie?
Yeah, where they kind of did a horror thriller spin on Freaky Friday.
With Vince
Where
Vaughn, really?
Yeah, Vince Vaughn was a serial killer, and he switched bodies with the teenage girl. You know Freaky Friday, like
Yeah,
with,
vaguely. I mean, I know the basis, but that sounds weird for Vince Vaughn.
Dude, Vince Vaughn, he is Vince Vaughn's hit or miss with me. I like him, but he's kind of hit or miss. I was dying laughing my ass off watching that movie with him in it because he had to take the persona of like a 16-year-old high school girl. So
And he's 6'5" or
the
something.
way he
He's
would
like
run with his like
he's also 6'8", you know.
yeah, he's a monster,
Yeah,
and he's like running with the like doing like this like dainty run with his wrist flopping around, and the way he was talking, dude was killing me.
He's limited though, he's limited. He doesn't have like the range, He's kind of typecasting a lot, but well, I still like him.
Yeah, he fell into a typecast, but I mean that's he started making.
Swingers was a great movie. I'm sure you saw Swingers back in the day.
Yeah, Swingers was good. Then he was in Wedding Crashers was pretty funny.
Yeah, he was good in Wedding Crashers. He was funny. Like he made me like. I'm thinking about movies that like really like I thought were funny and made me laugh. That movie definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Wedding Crashers was one of those movies that I could put on now and just have it in the background and
I happen to love
not even really.
Sorry. Did you see the
not really pay much attention to it and just catch something and make me laugh.
How about The Internship?
I don't know if I ever seen that.
No,
to be
that's
honest
also
with you.
funny. It's him and the dude with the fucked up nose. Sorry, I'm blanking out. Blonde.
Yeah. Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson.
Yeah, and they go to work as Google as interns. It's fucking funny as hell.
Oh yeah, I don't know how. But him and Owen Wilson were in Wedding Crashers together. They did quite a few movies together.
Yeah, they work together. They're good. Yeah, Wedding Crashers. Yeah, that was around the same time probably. Those movies were. But Wedding Crashers was so funny. There was so many like funny scenes in there. Like one of them shot the other guy in the ass with a shotgun, and and then you had that little the hot girl in there, the redhead. It was like a funny movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Christopher Walken always makes it interesting. I like him, man.
Walken's great in everything.
He's a great dancer, right?
He's what?
He's a great dancer.
Oh yeah. Well, he did that Fat Boy Slim video back in the day.
Yeah, I should watch it. Crap. Yeah, that's fucking. You know what? That's a very good point. I'm gonna write that down on my YouTube so I can see that later.
There you go. Dodgeball was the other movie I was thinking of with Vince Vaughn.
That was funny too. That was Ben Stiller, right?
Yeah, Ben Stiller was in it. It was a whole mess of people. Vince Vaughn plays a really good underdog. Like he's like just the average Joe Schmo.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, he calls himself a Pollock this, Pollock that. So Spike Jonze directed that. Weapon of Choice. That's interesting.
I'm basically Vince Vaughn in the real world.
Like, I hate to pop out, man. I gotta return this call real quick, but I wanted to say hello.
I appreciate you popping in for a few minutes, man. I've been just kind of hanging out and trying to make this happen on my own. And that gentleman was the one and only Monkey Man and Jay from New York. Appreciate you hanging out for a few minutes, brother. Kind of left out here to my own devices tonight. I don't have, I would have reached out to a couple of friends, but I do podcasts and stuff like that. But they're busy people. They got things going on in life. they got time for a little old me. Fuck you, Stan. Fuck you, Kevin. I'm just playing. But I am gonna have a couple more seconds of dead air because my fried chicken needs to check on. So I'm gonna go check on that, and I'll be right back. I don't know where the fuck Mark is tonight. Actually, in all honesty, but I'll be back. Hold, please. I wish I actually. Oh, fuck, Facebook will yell at me. Never mind. But yeah. So I was saying, Saturday, 2 days from now, man, we will have Rock Lee joining the broadcast, which I'm super fucking pumped for because that guy is awesome. A really good friend of mine. So I'm pretty ecstatic about that. And then I don't know. I'm gonna try to book some more guests down the road. We'll have to kind of wait and see what happens with that. It's one of those things that it's kind of a pain in the ass because in order to do it, they got to go through apps and they got to do this, that, and the other thing, and it's just because that's where we do this from. We do it from Haps. So most people are like, what the fuck is Haps? And it's like, dude, just fucking go into your iOS or your Google Play or wherever the fuck you download apps from and just download it and create a profile. But I don't know. That's a lot to ask, but it is what it is. Jesus Christ, dude. Just got home. But well, I'm giving shout out to Black Dot Mojo. Those guys are currently on tour, got a new album coming out here real soon. I'm gonna give them a shout out just because they allow us to use our music for the at the beginning and end of the podcast every week. So if you guys want to check out some badass music, go listen to them on YouTube, Spotify, pretty much anywhere and everywhere that you can find music. That's Black Top Mojo. Oh, look who finally decides to show up. Good thing we're not getting paid for this.
Right?
Wonky ass fucking signal, looking at your busted up Fast and the Furious.
It's not
37.
It's not busted.
Yeah.
It's under construction. It's under construction. All right, am I on the screen? Because I didn't even set up the mirror.
Yes. You're on the screen. You're on the screen. You're killing me, man, these last 2 days. Now, Saturday, you can't fuck around.
Saturday, I am 100% in. I'm not going anywhere on Saturday, no matter what. Can you please get me a beer out of the fridge? Sweet wife of mine that I took her paperwork to.
That's your responsibility.
Can you please get me 14 beers? Oh my God, he actually is. I know, right? This guy comes in an hour late to the podcast.
Yeah, you know what?
It's probably
the problem is traffic at this time of night. Hell on earth. Hell on earth.
Yeah. In all honesty, I've probably done the best podcast so far without you.
Nice little fuck you to Jeff. He said I probably did the best podcast without you so far. Oh, my wife's shocked.
I
She's about to yell
I
at you.
was I don't care. Okay, first of all, I'll yell at her. You ruined the
You open it?
podcast last night. You fucked us
You're
up
gonna break a
tonight.
nail. No, you know what happened is I literally went over there. This is the funny thing. I went over there, handed my wife the paperwork. She went in the building. She sent a message to her coworkers. Hey, I'm gonna be a minute. Tell my husband to go. They waved at me and walked in the fucking building. That was them telling me that I could go. She comes out an hour later, and I'm like, what the fuck? And she goes, why didn't you leave? I said, because I'm waiting for you. And she says, I told my coworkers to tell you to leave. I said, they just fucking waved at me like I'm a fucking puppy in a window going, look at the puppy. I was like, bastards.
Well, fortunately, the Chatters box was lively to start. So
I was hoping it would be.
We did some football talk. Cameron's been.
Oh, well, then that's fine. If you did football talk, shit, my eyes would have glazed over anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you weren't here, so we did some football talk. Cameron was blowing me up in the chat. He's like, dude, it is time. Let's go. Let's fucking rock and roll. Because last night we weren't live, and he was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
And,
last night was hell on earth.
Then
like I said,
got in there. The Chatters box was live.
Look at that. See? That's what I get for being a good boy and waiting.
How much has she had to drink tonight?
None, actually. She hasn't had a drop. This is my first.
I don't drink.
Yeah. But the Chatters box was very lively tonight. Obviously, now you're telling her to get off camera. Oh, she just wanted a kiss, and you're like, get over there. You want to kiss her on camera? You putz.
I'm crazy like that. When I see that we are stupid and crazy like that.
You know, the other day when her and her friend were out here and sitting downstairs singing, and I thought they were drunk? Sober as priests.
We don't drink.
Really?
They don't drink. They don't drink. They're sober as priests.
Uncalled
they're just,
I'm telling you.
It's just weird.
You should have went down there and recorded them. I'm just saying.
Well, if I would have recorded them, I would not be here today.
Yeah, well,
I'd be killed.
Because you're a pussy. Yeah.
What?
You could.
I am what I eat, sir. I am what I eat.
In that case, you'd be a giant black cock. But that's neither here nor there. But no, like I said,
that's fucked up, dude. I said I am what I eat, and he said in that case you'd be a giant black cock. Cock.
The first hour the Chatters box was going, so we did a little football talk. We busted each other's balls, talked a little bit of shit. A friend of mine, Keely, she's a huge Steelers fan, so it's that time of year for her and I to start talking shit about.
No matter what people do, whether they get the vaccine or not, it can't be any worse than wearing Steelers stuff.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather get the vaccine than rep the Steelers.
We did talk a little bit about the KC Chiefs. The moment I start talking shit about the Kansas City Chiefs, a goddamn Chiefs fan rolls up into the Chatters box and he's like,
starts talking
really?
shit.
I told him too. I said, "You cheating bastard! You got lucky in the playoffs."
No, well,
did
you get to the point of you, instead of fighting a bear, decided to fight murder hornets today?
No, because I tried to talk about murder hornets, but when we were talking about football, on the football note for Casey, for Go Tigers, for you, brother. I do respect the organization. I do like the Chiefs, mainly because I like Kelsey, and Tony Gonzalez was the man for many years. So I'm not going to hate on the Chiefs. And Patrick Mahomes
my question
when
it comes to the Chiefs is, are they going to change the name?
I don't know. Probably eventually down the road at some point.
I don't really see the point. The logo is not that offensive.
They're going to be the Kansas City football team number 2.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Oh.
But no, I just
Traffic
want
was
the
murder
brass-
getting back. I'm sitting there in the back seat of the cab going, drive, motherfucker, drive. And he's like, it's a red light. I'm like, so what? It's Cancun. Nobody cares. And then we watched some lady make the wrong turn into a cul-de-sac. You know, the roundabout cul-de-sac things?
Yeah.
You're supposed to go to the far end and make your turn to the left. She went the first one. And I was like, I was very tempted to tell the cab driver, wait, I want to see what happens.
All right. Well, like I said, I'm a tried and true professional. Maybe if my fucking co-host did not wait until a half hour before we went live,
no, that was not on me.
That
was not on me. What happened was it was actually supposed to happen. It was supposed to happen way before we were supposed to go live. Unfortunately, my wife got caught up with clients. So she got laid behind, and I can't go in the building because I don't work there. Security is real bitchy about that. You don't work here. I'm like, I'm just dropping off paperwork, motherfucker. They won't let me in. They're dicks.
Yeah, well, slap security in the mouth. Be a man.
Yeah, well,
but
I couldn't. It was a woman, although she was big. She probably would have taken me.
It's 2021. Equal opportunity ass whoopings.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, you want equal opportunity? I got one for you.
But
my camera seems really high.
As you said, yes, I have not had the opportunity to whoop a bear's ass yet. So I have decided that I'm going to start small
and work your way up.
and work my way up.
That thing was huge, though, dude. I mean, that's like half the size of your lighter.
Yeah. So for those, I brought it up a little bit earlier, and then we got sidetracked for football talk. But I work in pest control,
right?
So I kill bugs and rodents and shit. I got called out for this was actually yesterday. It wasn't today, but yesterday, we got it's wasp season. So, I'm getting 3 to 4 wasp jobs a day right now. Usually they're just yellow jackets.
Right.
But I got called out to this one, and they're like, we think they're huge, and we think they're giant Asian hornets.
They're size of Volkswagens.
Yeah, right. So, so it's just like, I've never actually even seen one. And I lived down in South Carolina for like 10 years, and I was in pest control for almost 8 years down there. And,
right.
We have everything, literally the mosquitoes down there are about the size of a Volkswagen. And we've got spiders.
They steal your t-shirts.
Yeah, we got spiders that are ridiculously stupid big, but they're harmless. God. and they're really cool.
Spiders down here are the size of my fist.
Mm-hmm. Well, we had a spider, and a lot of they're from the orb-weaved or orb spider family. A lot of people call them riding spiders. A lot down they call them banana spiders. But I mean, like the body on this spider is as big as my hand, the palm of my hand, and I've got big fucking grizzly paws.
Yeah.
So,
well, my wife and I went to Mexico City a couple years ago, and we had a small apartment at the time, and we came back, and in the corner on the ceiling was a spider it looked me dead in the eye and was like, "What's up? I live here now. Get the fuck out!" Like, it was huge. I killed it with a mop.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, nothing. Charleston didn't have anything like what Australia has or anything like that, but still some big ass spiders. And we had the affectionately named palmetto bugs, which is an American cockroach, and they're pretty big cockroaches, and they fly.
Yeah, we have those. We have those. So, they freak my kids and my wife out.
Yeah, so I got called out for this wasp job, and got there, and they had a couple of them on their patio, and the guy was like, "Bro, it literally took. I sprayed this motherfucker in the face, and this wasp looked at me like, bitch, please."
he's like, there's a movie where, I can't remember the name of the movie, where the lady sprays a guy in the face with mace, and he's like, "Please, I put this on my burger."
Yeah, right.
That's what the wasp. He's like, "Please."
Yeah,
I use this for breath.
Yeah, pretty much. So I mean, he killed him, but he said, "Dude, he was like, man, it was crazy because I blasted them with this wasp spray. So I'm out in the yard and I'm actually getting excited because I'm like, I'm gonna find this nest and I'm gonna fuck these big ass motherfuckers up. Like I'm gonna rock their
Yeah,
world.
well, you have a heck of a lot stronger chemical than Raid.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You know, he's got
Raid. Please.
He's got Raid from Home Depot, and I'm like, I'm gonna find this nest and I'm gonna rock these bitches.
Exactly.
That or I'm gonna die. One of the two. But either way, it's gonna be a cool story. And I'm walking around the yard and I'm looking in the trees. Yeah. And I'm digging holes and I'm like
I keep picturing Dan what's his name? John Goodman in Arachnophobia. That's
Yeah,
what
right?
I keep saying as you're walking around going, I got you, fucker.
Yeah. Well, that's dude. I went to a wasp job today, right? And this lady, she is, the big square electrical boxes that are out like in your yard and stuff like that.
D-box.
Well,
the D-box, yeah.
So this lady had planted flowers and stuff around hers because it was ugly and it was right in the front of her yard, and she just wanted to, and she was out there and she was doing the weeds and cleaning it up, and she got lit up, man, because there was wasp yellow jackets underground, and she got lit up, man. They stung the shit out of her hands, and then later on that day she went back to get her gloves and everything, and they stung her a few more times. So I walk out there.
I think she would learn the first time.
Yeah, so I went out there and I found it, and I was like, oh, cool. So their nest, the top part of it was actually sticking up out of the ground, and I was like, oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect. So my bee stick that I have, which has got the dust that we use in it, which this dust is so cool because it kills them. It attacks their nervous system, so it fucks them up real quick and in a hurry. And and I've got several wands that I can extend this bitch like 900 feet in the air. But I took one of the wands and I slammed it down into the ground, and I used it to pull all the flowers out of the way so I could get to the nest.
Right.
And they're not paying much attention to me because I haven't bothered them yet. And I stick the tip of that duster right into their nest and I blast them. They're coming out, but they're not trying to attack me. They're going after the duster because the duster is what's attacking them.
What'd you say?
And touchdown.
No, my wife said you cheated on me with another podcast, with another host.
I did not cheat on you with another host. Jay was actually very nice to come in and join me for a few minutes.
But, was he walking around New York?
Yeah, no, he's in his apartment. But I was out there and I hit them with it, and they all started to come out, and then I've got this aerosol spray that I can hit them with, and it just puts them right into the ground. Nice. But after I did it, I hit them with the DX suck it. You remember how DX used to do that? Suck it back in the day.
Oh yeah.
I'm in this lady's yard, and I'm just like, suck it.
She's in her kitchen looking out the window like, what the fuck is he doing? Is that the suck it move?
Yeah. So when I get done and I go back up and I'm like, hey, you're good to go, blah blah blah, the whole spiel. She's like, did you do the DX move when you killed them? And I was like, oh, a wrestling fan. And she was like, yep. And I was like, yeah, actually I did. She was like,
when I went to Home Depot, speaking of wrestling fans, I went to Home Depot today, as I mentioned to you, because I wanted to check some prices on some stuff, because I need to build an awning over my washer and dryer. And on the way there, I'm in the cab, and we passed this, I don't even know what the fuck, it was like a Nissan, I don't know, just a plain, boring car. Nothing you would ever go, ooh, that's something cool. But somebody had airbrushed it, and on the back of the trunk said Undertaker. And then on the doors was airbrushed pictures of the Undertaker. And I was like, you spent that much money doing all that on that car.
Yeah, well.
It's like brand new. It was like a $10,000 car.
Keely, you jackasses, you couldn't even get the fucking extra point. Come in here and talk your bullshit.
What?
Keely
I
came
missed
in.
something.
She's like, touchdown, haha! Just came to do a drive by and say that. Okay, Toodles. And then the stupid ass
The
Steelers couldn't even
Steelers?
get the
Oh,
She's a Steelers fan. The Steelers couldn't even get the point after. Fucking losers.
I
Eat a
could get the
dick,
point
Pittsburgh.
after. Speaking of football, I watched. It took me 2 days to do it because nobody wanted to see it but me. I watched Remember the Titans again.
It's a good movie.
I love that movie.
Dude, Google, or not Google, but YouTube, Where Are They Now? The Real Life Titans.
Oh yeah,
It's a good YouTube video.
I actually saw a couple clips of stuff like that because when I watched last night the Greatest Game Ever Played with Shia LaBeouf about golf, about Francis Ouimet, first amateur to win the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
And of course I fell into a rabbit hole last night of golf stuff for all of 5 minutes, and I was like, you know what am I doing? It's golf. I don't care. But it's an amazing movie.
It's crazy because the guy in that Remember the Titans movie who was hit by the drunk driver or whatever and wound up in the hospital.
Well, it's your boy, the guy you won't watch Sons of Anarchy because he dies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, in real life, that guy was hit by another drunk driver and died.
Jesus, talk about shit luck.
Yeah. So it's actually, like I said, the Remember the Titans, the real Remember the Titans. Where Are They Now on YouTube? It's actually a really cool video. Most of them are dead, but it's still a really cool video to watch because you get to the real players and the real coaches and stuff like that. What they did after that, what the movie was based around. Yeah.
Well, the coach that Denzel Washington plays, he actually got fired this next season because he was quote unquote too hard on his players. I was like, that's where the snowflakes started.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta grab beer. But my new obsession for TV shows, I just found it. You mentioned where you saw it on TikTok, that thing that's going around TikTok of Daniel Radcliffe singing and dancing in an old saloon from back, it's like 1800s or some shit. It's actually a TV show called The Miracle Workers or Miracle Workers, I don't know. But it's about God, played by Steve Buscemi. And he plays the funniest God you've ever met. Has decided that he's sick of all the bullshit that happens on Earth, so he's going to blow up the Earth. Well, heaven is not what everybody thinks it is in this show. Heaven is basically a giant corporation where everybody has a job. And one of the angels, her job, she lived in like the 5th century or some shit. One of her jobs was she made dirt. And so she transfers to prayer answering, where Daniel Radcliffe has been there for 10,000 years. And the only thing if somebody's like, oh, please, God, help me find my keys, he's like, that we can do. And it's like, the keys are in the snow, and you hear the computer go, 1 snowflake melted, 2 snowflakes melted. He's like, you can't break the laws of physics. It's got to be subtle, So God decides he's going to blow up the Earth and get rid of it and start a restaurant. I don't know why. And the one angel that transferred to Daniel Radcliffe's team makes a bet with God. She says, look, here's the deal. All these prayers that everybody deems impossible to grant, I will make one happen. And if I do, you don't blow up the world. And God says, okay, but if you lose, you have to eat a worm in front of everybody and pretend like you like it. And I was like, what? It's so stupid. It's really random, but it's hilarious. And like I said, it's 3 seasons, and I'm assuming based on the third season, based on that clip on TikTok, is they eventually go to Earth to, win another bet with God or something.
Yeah.
Because God gives him 2 weeks, and there's like 3 days left in the first season. There's only 8 episodes a season, and it's by PBS or some shit like that. It's like, or TBS or something like that. But it's hilarious. Oh my God. I'm going to send you the link. I laughed so hard just watching like 3 episodes. I literally had to stop because I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch this with my wife. I'm gonna make my wife watch it because it's so funny.
Well, I mean, between the 900 streaming apps that I'm paying for, I'm sure it's on one of them.
It might be. I believe it's called Miracle Workers. But the video that everybody's seen on TikTok is a new episode. Each episode has a name, and the episode that TikTok video is from is called Oregon Trail.
Yeah, I haven't.
That's a fucked up video.
Yeah, I haven't seen any videos or anything like that from.
Oh, I'll send you the video because
TikTok,
it's not the Dan Ratcliffe from Harry Potter that's dancing on that video.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, at the same time, I've just seen a bunch of previews for it, and I don't remember whether it was on Prime or Hulu or Netflix.
It'd probably be on Hulu,
whatever, one of the streaming sites,
right.
Because there's several shows and stuff like that I watch, and on Hulu they've got ads and Prime has ads, so it's popped up on one of those. So I imagine it's there, and I was like, that kind of looks pretty funny. I have to check it out.
It's Steve Buscemi as God. He's like the worst interpretation of God as people think of God. It's like Morgan Freeman was the best God on TV besides George Burns, but where the Steve Buscemi's God just watches TV all day. He's like no. He at one point he gets upset. He gets upset because Bill Maher is like, religion is fake and God is a farce. So he charges his second in command. He's like, I want you to make Bill Maher's dick explode. It's so stupid. It's so stupid, but it's so funny.
You almost made it before my co-host made it.
I know. I'm shocked. I'll be right back. Not my fault. Be right back.
I spent an hour trying to I don't know. I just said fuck it now, and I was like, I'm gonna wing it, and what happens happens. But thank God for the goddamn chatters box. Jesus Christ! And Jay joined us, or Jay joined me for a few minutes. So we talked about Vince Vaughn for a few minutes and whatnot. So we had that.
Wait. There you go. That makes up for it.
He only has 30 minutes. Yeah, I don't know. Pretty much. But you need to make sure you have those Saturday night.
No, Saturday night I will be full on. I'm fully ready for Saturday. I've actually been watching
Saturday night. You need a
dude's videos. I don't know about a 12-pack. I'll be passed out by the time we get done. I've come up with a couple interesting questions to ask him.
Yeah, I have questions. Over the last couple of years, all my questions have been answered.
No, but I mean, I do find it interesting how people decide to go down paths. Like, what made him want to do music and, and all that stuff, and why EDM and, all that stuff.
I mean, at the end of the day, he can pretty much do whatever the hell he wanted.
Oh, I know, but I mean, yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But why focus on that genre, so to speak?
Mm-hmm. But
Oh.
Saturday, like I said, Saturday tonight. I was like, all right, I'm gonna give him an extra half hour. I'm gonna wait, see what happens. At 8:30, I'm fucking going, and you know,
Yeah, like I said, it was so messed up. My wife comes out and I'm like, "What the hell took so long?" She's like, "Why are you still here?" And I was like, "What?" She's like, "I told my coworkers to tell you to go because I know you don't have your phone." And I was like, I said all they did was wave at me, and and like an idiot because I'm like, oh, maybe they know me, maybe I know that guy, because I do that all the time. I know so many people that I don't remember everybody because I've talked to them once, and so people are like, hey, and I'm like, wait, man, what's up? How you been? How's your mother?
Yeah, exactly. He did. Rocky on the fly did a song for Summer and I.
Oh, nice.
One time it was a rap song, right, man? I think so.
Oh, speaking of rap, I found, I don't know if I sent it to you or not, but the CIA used to use certain songs for psychological torture. And one of the songs they used was one of Tupac's. I don't know the song.
Oh, well, way to bring that to the table.
No, but you would know it. You would know it. It's like Look at Me or something with me. Come on, you're the rap guy. You would know this.
Something.
But some of the songs they were using, like they were playing like Offspring, Metallica, the Barbie Girl song, and most of the songs are like, you know what? If they were trying to get me out of a house by playing that song, I'm like, hell yeah, crank that shit up.
Yeah, but I mean that's what they do, because I think they did that at in Waco before they stormed and killed everybody.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
that's what they did to Noriega as well.
Yeah,
I don't remember what they played at Noriega or to Noriega, but they played this song and it was like annoying.
Start playing 90s hip hop, I'm be like, hey, y'all go give me some 40s and shit.
No shit. Bring me beer or I'm going to do something. Just make sure it's good beer.
Bring me some 40s, and y'all want some blunts? Anybody want some blunts? I don't, but y'all want them? Okay.
And bring a pizza. But it was I saw it on TikTok and I was like, that's weird, because most of those songs, with the exception of the Tupac song that I don't know, I was like, I would have no problem. I was like, no, don't play that song. Oh no. Oh well, party boys.
Yeah, I don't know of any Tupac song that would have been that bad.
It's not a bad song. Like I said, they were playing like Metallica's One.
Well, fucking you play Metallica, I'm just giving up. The year they get one note into Metallica, I'm like, all right, you win.
All right, I'm done.
Do not just stop, because that's a fucking shitty.
Oh no, they played Metallica's Enter Sandman. You know, and I was like, really? That one?
Yeah,
like not that terrible a song.
It's not that big of a secret. I'm not a Metallica fan. I don't care for Metallica.
No, but I mean,
hometown story. Do you want to call in for your hometown story, or do you just want to type it?
Oh yeah, do it. Call in.
I told Summer, I said we should make it a segment, and she can call in for her hometown story.
Yeah, hometown stories.
Yeah.
The guy that my wife works with, he's from Florida, and he was outside talking to me while we were waiting on her to come out, because he didn't get the message to tell me to go home.
It's not like anybody got the fucking message to tell
exactly.
You to go home.
And he was like, oh yeah, I was born and raised in Florida, and I was like, oh, we do a segment on the podcast called Florida News. He's like, and I was telling him about the Wendy's, the guy that tried to rob a Wendy's with the alligator. And he's like,
Exactly.
what part of Florida? And I was like, I don't remember, but he's like, yeah, it sounds like where I'm from. I was like, nice. You need to tell me some stories, brother.
The guy who give you 50. Okay, we'll give you 50. Oh. Tober said give her 15 minutes and she's going to call in with her hometown stories.
Nice.
I told her today we were talking, and I was like, in all honesty, I really do think we should, make this a
little segment. It's a nice little breakup. I mean, we talked about it before about having, the news stories, and of course, we end up not getting into news stories, but having the hometown stories will be nice. It'll be a nice little breakup.
Yeah. I am fucking out of beer.
Oh, I have 4 more in the fridge. I bought them Monday.
Well, I'm okay with it being out of beer because I don't need to drink a lot tonight.
No, you got to work
because
tomorrow.
It's going to be like, I got to work tomorrow, and it's going to be. I got 6, and it's going to be like 175 fucking thousand degrees tomorrow. So
yeah.
And I have a feeling that I'm going to be in and out of. I think I'm going to be getting into some addicts and shit tomorrow. So and I got to work.
You
Saturday
you sent me that video of you stuck in some crawl space, and you were like, and I was like, you're like, good thing I'm not claustrophobic. I was like, yeah, I'm not claustrophobic either. But it's not. That's not what I'm worried about. Being underneath somebody's house.
Dude, you should have seen the crawl space I was in yesterday. Fuck my life. I was telling Summer about it. Like, I was legit scared in this crawl space because it was an add-on to the house, right?
Oh, okay.
And they just dug a hole.
Yeah.
Built
and
her
called it a
top
day.
There was no support beams.
Looks like an Indian grave site.
Yeah, dude. The foundation on this house, like the side wall, was legit. Looked like it was caving in. There were no support beams. What they did for support beams on the 2x12s that they built the floor with, you do like the floor. They had
flooring.
Fucking jacks underneath of it that were put on
car jacks.
Or like the hydraulic jack, like a hydraulic jack, like a cylinder, like
the cylinders like you get for like 3/4 ton pickups.
Yes, so it was a cylinder hydraulic jack that was set on a
because those never fail. Those never fail.
No, it gets better. It was set on a mason block and 2x4s. I cut the shit out of my back underneath there because when they ran the central air and stuff, the ductwork, when they connected the ductwork, they just wrapped metal around it to hold it in place. And I jabbed myself and I was like, I didn't even think I cut myself. And then tonight I was taking a shower and I was like, what is this fucking cut on my back? Dude, I've got a cut on my back that is about 4 to 5 inches long. I was like, fuck my life. So and then under this crawl, like at one point in this crawl, there was only about maybe 1.5 feet. And then you go to the other part of the crawl and it dropped down like 4 feet.
Oh no. Yeah. I know those. I know places like that. There's places like that in Mansfield. There's an apartment complex in Mansfield that when I worked for Joe Bear and did plumbing work with my pops, every time we'd get a call for this apartment complex, my dad was like, yeah, cancel everything else for the rest of the day. And I'm like, it's one pipe. And he's like, yeah, it's a lead pipe that's been there since 1960, 1862. And if you twist on it just a little bit with a pipe wrench, it's going to break right where your pipe wrench is and about 12 feet away at the same time. And one little thing turns into 40 different things.
Yeah.
And
so like, I was down in this crawl, and this crawl was only about a 10 by 15 crawl because it was just an add-on for like one room. So I come down and I'm walking, I'm crawling through, and then there's that drop off, and it was just mud because they didn't do anything.
Treat it. They didn't put gravel down. Nothing.
There's nothing to waterproof it or anything like that. What, buddy? Fantastic. Will you give me a Pepsi? Thank you. So I'm
I
crawling
remember
through,
the crawl
and I'm like,
spaces like that. Ugh.
yeah. So I'm like, okay, I see this little bit of I see the drop off, and I'm like, okay, there's the. Oh God! It was just mud and mud. There was no water.
Yeah, it's not even remotely mud. It's literally like glue.
Yeah, it was like a fucking swamp, dude.
Yeah.
So
I know exactly what you're talking about. Oh, those are the days where you literally get done with said job and you're just like, I'm going home to shower and change.
Yeah, I brought my glasses home today. But yeah, that one that I was in the other day, dude. Okay, for those of you guys, and I've said it a couple times, but for those of you guys who don't know, if you're listening to this, whether you're watching live or you're listening to the replay
Spotify.
episode, and yeah, Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts.
Go ahead, hit up
Nonsensical Nonsense.
Hit up the advertising.
While you're at it, go ahead and follow us on social media. Hit us with a like, a thumbing, a pounding, a subscribing.
Ring the
whatever.
bell.
We're
ring the bell on
ring
YouTube.
The bell. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. All
Make sure you ring the
Nonsensical
bells.
Nonsense. And if you happen to catch a few minutes of this live, and you're like, I'd like to listen to the rest of this, or maybe hear some of the other 30 episodes. Well, go to Spotify, Google Play, and or Apple Podcast, or wherever you get your podcast needs from, and search up Nonsensical Nonsense. And guess what?
Yeah.
And if you want to email us, nobody wants to ever email us.
I literally forgot, but you can email us at nonsensical@gmail. Oh, I messed it up. Oh, you're talking over me. It's nonsensicalnonsense@gmail.com. Damn it! I can't believe I fucked it up. That's the first time I fucked it up.
That's your third strike in the last 2 days. You're out of here.
I know, right?
Fired.
Fuck. Yes, because I get paid so much.
Shut up, you're on an internship. But so for those of you who don't know, I'm 6'2". I'm about 300 pounds.
On a good
day. And I work
day.
in pest control. So working in pest control, being my size,
it's not just pest control though. It's literally any home improvement, repair,
yes,
or maintenance that you have to do on somebody's house, and that includes pest control as maintenance. It's inevitable that one day you're gonna end up in some crawl space and just go, "Oh, I hate my job."
Yeah, well, or an attic. I mean,
attics are just as bad.
A couple of weeks ago, I was at a house and I had to go up to an attic, and the hatch was in a closet. The entrance for the hatch itself was barely big enough for me to fit through. So I kind of wiggled my way.
I'll go to the truck and get a sawzall.
Yeah, so I kind of wiggled my way into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I got up there and I started to climb in. And as I started to climb in, I realized that the roof was only about 1.5 feet from the top of my head.
Oh, good God.
And again, I'm not the tallest guy in the world. I understand
but you're not the shortest either.
But I'm not the shortest. So I needed about an extra 1.5 feet for me to even clear the fucking house. Let alone
doing the worm to get in.
So I called my boss and I was like, and mind you, my boss is about 1 foot and some change, maybe about 1 foot smaller than me.
He's probably my height. Yeah, he's like my height.
He's about 1 foot smaller than me, maybe 1 foot and some change smaller than me, and probably about 100, maybe 150 pounds smaller than I am. So, I called his wife and I was like, so I'm at this service and the basement's good. I got to the basement. I got everything taken care of in the basement, but I can't get in the attic. And she started laughing at me. She's like, yeah, we debated sending you out there, but we figured we'd at least try. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting in there. It's not happening.
No.
But yeah, the other day I was doing a crawl treatment, and like you said, I sent you that video, and I put it on Snapchat as well. I'm going to put it on our Facebook page, Facebook at Nonsensical Nonsense. But I'm in this crawl, and again, I'm not a little guy by no means.
No.
The only thing small on my body is my pecker. So,
Just your
I'm in
luck,
this-
right?
Yeah, right.
Talk about fuck my
So-
life.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm in this crawl, and I'm already like, I wedged myself in there, and I'm kind of scrunched. And for those of you guys who are like, "Oh, great, this guy's going to do visual on a podcast," well, go to YouTube or Facebook and go to an hour and 45 minutes,
Exactly.
and you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm scrunched in there, and I wiggle, and I do what I need to do.
Just
So
picture
while I'm
someone
down there-
doing the worm on the dance floor, just not as close, not as high up or anything. Just
Yeah. Yeah, it was just like a shimmy. It wasn't even so much of a worm. It was like a shimmy. So I'm in there, and as I'm doing the treatment, I get the brilliant idea. It's like, I got my phone. I might as well just take a video and just post it.
I kid you
So,
not.
like-
There's like a quarter inch on either side of you, and you're
Yeah,
like,
I don't
"It's a
even
good thing
think
I'm
there
not
was
claustrophobic."
that. I don't even think there's that, because my shoulder was on the ground, and then my top shoulder was literally scrunched and pressed against the floorboards. and there's certain. I have a couple buddies of mine that I'll send Snapchats and stuff to. Much like today, I sent the picture of the murder hornet,
Right.
and they're like, nah, fuck that shit,
Yeah.
ain't gonna happen. My buddy
I
today,
spent my
he was-
formative years in crawl spaces. No,
Well,
not anymore.
But you're also a little guy, so
No,
but
that
my
was the
buddy
one.
today-
That was the problem. Is because I was a
Yeah.
teenager, so I had tons of energy because of my ADD and hypertension and all that shit. And I'm 5'3", and everybody else in the truck or at the company, my dad is only 2 inches taller than me at the time,
yeah.
and fucking everybody else is 6 foot and up. And they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
we got to go in this crawl space. Hey, Jeff, come here."
Yeah.
Shit.
But my buddy today, I sent him the video of the hornet, and he was like, "There's something seriously wrong with you." Because you were willing to go fight them bastards.
My first thought is like, this motherfucker couldn't find a bear, so now he's taking it out on innocent insects. Because you
fucking
posted it
murder
on
wasp, bro.
Facebook. You posted it on Facebook, and then you sent it to me like an hour later, and I was like, this motherfucker can't find a bear. We need to get this
Yeah.
motherfucker a bear because he's gonna fuck
And-
something up. He's gonna beat somebody's
again,
dog up or some shit.
And again, if you want to see what this wasp look like, go follow us on Facebook.
No,
or
but in
Instagram
all
at
seriousness,
Nonsensical
it is. You go buy a Bic lighter, the normal size Bic lighter, not the little ones,
Mhm.
the normal size Bic lighter at any gas station, drugstore, whatever, and it is half the size of that fucking Bic lighter. I use a clipper lighter. I use a clipper lighter, and I don't know if you can see that really well. I don't know why it's
Mhm.
peach, but it is literally almost 3/4 of the size of this
Wow.
fucking lighter.
And that wasp, because it was dead, or that hornet because it was
Because
dead.
it's actually
It was-
curled.
It was actually curled. So
Right.
alive and at full length, it's probably damn near. As
Well,
big as a
I'd
big
say
lighter.
at least 3/4 the size of that Bic lighter. Not the Bic
Yeah.
lighters are small or bigger than the
And-
clippers.
And that was the smaller one of the two that were on the porch.
No.
So
I don't do insects, dude. I don't.
Yeah.
I literally, I spent my afternoon. I left the house here around noon, and I went over to Home Depot, and then I made my way to Walmart, which is it's a good mile between the two, but there's a bunch of shops in between. So I'm popping from one shop to another, and
damn, baby.
while I was at Home Depot, I was gonna buy pellets for ants and
Mhm.
shit. And the only reason I didn't buy it was A, I'd have to carry it everywhere, and B, the line was like 40 people deep, and I'm like, you know what? I'm buying one thing. I'm not gonna sit in line for 40 people deep.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it, I'll get it later. But I went into one of the stores. We have one store. I call it Aladdin's Cave.
Fried chicken. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna fry some chicken. But Aladdin's Cave is a home decor store. And I wish I would have had my phone on me. And I didn't take my phone for the simple fact it was at 20% when I was leaving the house. So I put it on charge and I left the house. And they have, you've said, people that have seen Friends, Chris, I know you've seen Friends. You're not a fan. I get that. But one of the seasons of Friends, Joey and Chandler have that dog, that porcelain dog. I saw, and I kid you not, what's it called? A half man, half horse. What are they called? It's a horse's body with a man's torso instead of a head. I don't know what the fuck they're called. They have in the store, and if I would have had my camera, if I'd had my phone, I'd have taken a picture of a half man, half horse.
Yeah, it's a Centera.
A statue, right? But it is disco bald. As in, it's got a bunch of like centimeter by centimeter square mirrors from head to toe, and it is 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
They have an 8 foot tall Statue of Liberty, and I literally looked at the Statue of Liberty, and it was $3,000, and I went, if I had the money, I'd be taking that fucker home. Well, my wife will kick me out the fucking house, but I'll be like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm going to go sleep with my Statue of Liberty because it was cool.
Well, when I worked for Orkin down in Charleston, I had a customer, it was a commercial company. They were some web design company, this, that, and the other thing. And they had a full-sized, stuffed giraffe.
Jesus.
It was a full-size adult stuff. No. It gets better. They also had a full-size stuff. And these weren't like somebody went and killed these animals. These were stuffed fucking animals.
Right.
They had a full-size stuffed rhino. And they had a full-size
these people had a quarter-scale replica of a blue whale in the lobby.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
And then I saw a hammerhead shark hanging from the ceiling, and I was like, "Could I get that to go?" They got some of the weirdest shit in there. But what was really cool, they have like a 1952 Ford pickup made out of sheet metal, and I liked it until I saw the price. Because the price cost you more than an actual 57 Ford. But they had a giant barrel that was literally 6 foot round. So you could literally stand up. Chris, you could stand up in this thing. And it was 6 feet long, and it was a sauna that you could put in your house. Nice. And my first thought was, have these motherfuckers been anywhere in Cancun? There's only like maybe 25 houses that this thing could fit in. It is literally the size of my Eclipse. And as tall as a Chevy Astro minivan. It's basically a Chevy Astro minivan in a round. It was beautiful. But for $18,000, I didn't see it worth it. I was like, 17, okay, 18, nah, I draw the line. But they got some of the weirdest shit in there.
Do you just have $17,000 laying around? Yeah, because if that's the case,
exactly,
go buy a goddamn laptop.
That's my point. Is like, who the fuck walks into the store and goes, honey, look, an $18,000 sauna that looks like a wine barrel.
Yeah.
My first thought was, I would literally, if I had the money, I would buy that and put it in my front yard, just piss off my neighbors.
All right. Okay. Summer's ready. Summer is ready for her hometown stories. This is first. Go ahead and bring her in while I grab another beer. This is the first and only segment that we have on this show. So we're going to go ahead and do this as a little introduction. I might get in trouble for Facebook, but I might get in trouble from Summer too. Welcome to Hometown Segment, our Hometown Stories, brought to you by Summer.
Did you? Yeah, nice.
I'll get better at the introduction. How's it going, Chrissy?
There she is.
Why are you turning off your camera?
Because I don't feel like fucking holding the camera up to my face. You could cut the music off now.
I will. Hold on a second. Just give me a second. It's an
Yeah, you gotta get to the
introduction.
good part. You gotta get to the good part.
Welcome to Hometown Stories.
Hometown
by
Stories.
Summer. Brought to you by from Tennessee. Where's it at? Where the hell is it at? Where's it pick up?
Yeah, right there.
Okay, that's good. You're good.
Oh, I can't work my phone now. It's broken.
Where was that sound effect when Joanne was talking about your thing?
I promise. That was kind of on the fly. I just thought of it, but next time you bring us,
I like it.
Stories,
I like it.
It'll be a better introduction. It'll be
We'll find a better song.
Well, no, it's going to stay that song. And it'll just be put together better all in general.
Yeah, you need to start later in the actual audio because it takes forever to kick up speed.
Well, now I know that. So, but
Fair enough.
no. So Summer turned off her camera. Jeff, you have to shut the fuck up so we can.
All right.
What the
I'm
hell
ready.
are you doing? Why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself? You came up into Bugman's house. What did you think was going to happen? You little bitch.
Okay, now it's time for you to shut the fuck up.
Oh, sorry. I just literally grabbed a fly.
preview of
air
After
and was
Marriage.
Yeah. Look, I just Mr. Miyagi that fucking fly. I snatched him right up out of the air.
I'm sure you did.
I
Okay,
did.
first of all, so before we even start the hometown story, do you want to hear some devastating news that I heard today that I found out?
Is it funny?
Pregnant?
Oh,
That would be funny.
No, it wouldn't.
That
No,
would be
it
funny. That'd be hilarious.
Okay, first, so
Go ahead.
there are no adult caterpillars and there are no baby butterflies.
Yeah, because a caterpillar.
Because an
is
adult
a baby
caterpillar is a butterfly. Yeah.
Exactly, I know, but there's never an adult caterpillar, and that makes me sad. And there's never
Just
a
because
baby
an adult
butterfly.
caterpillar is a butterfly.
Is a butterfly.
You know, both of y'all get fucked, stay fucked.
I was gonna say that was kind of weak sauce. I gotta say that was weak sauce.
It's not even weak sauce, but
It's sad.
you know what your husband.
You came in thinking you got Szechuan sauce from fucking McDonald's, and you give us barbecue sauce. Going, yeah, this is Szechuan.
But at the same sense, baby, you know what your fiance does
Mm-hmm.
for a job.
Fuck, stay fucked.
Yeah, I was gonna say the bug killer does
Caterpillars
not
are
impress.
amazing, and beautifuls, butterflies, I love them.
I saw a caterpillar today. I haven't seen. You know, I don't know what they're called. Chris, you might know. The black and orange ones. They look like they're Browns fans,
those
just
are
walking around with these giant coats on.
I don't know,
They're-
they're fucking caterpillars.
Yeah, well, I saw one, and it's the first one I've seen in 20 years. Because
Well,
I've never seen them down here.
You know the caterpillar you need to stay away from.
The big black one. Ugh.
Well,
Softball.
No,
Softball.
the venomous puss.
Oh my god.
I'm serious as a heart attack. Google it. The venomous puss has a sting on it that.
Is that like
Well,
the
fuck
penis
your world up.
snake?
Okay, so
Okay, go ahead.
real quick.
Hometown stories.
Hometown
Before we go
story.
off on a rant on the penis snake and venomous puss.
So of course, like I live like in a very small town for the most part. So like I'm really close with all my neighbors. I have been everywhere I've lived, like in Georgia.
Mhm.
So growing up, like middle, high school, we lived on this one road. Well, across the street, we had like these the most trashiest neighbors ever.
I know those neighbors.
Yeah.
Jeff is that neighbor.
There's one of no, there's one of those neighbors in every neighborhood. Oh, look at Chris with the sound effects.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Funny fuck, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much. But so my
Somebody take that
brother
man's phone away
actually,
from him.
so like it was a, so we're gonna call the mom. We'll call her Ashley. The dad will call him Jared, and then they had 2 daughters. Okay. So there
Thing one and
wasn't,
thing two.
yeah. So there wasn't ever a fucking week where like if you walked outside, these two were fucking arguing, either like in their yard or you could hear them like in their house arguing. So my brother actually dated like their oldest daughter,
Which brother?
JT.
Of course.
Yeah, I was gonna say the oldest daughter being the town slut, right?
No.
Really?
We'll get to that.
Usually is the case.
We'll get to that in a minute. It's part of the whole story. But
Okay, go ahead.
so eventually, like it just got to the point to where like the mom ended up kicking the dad out. So she kicked Jared out. Well, it
She
wasn't like
said, Jared, get your ass over to
maybe
Subway.
pretty much. It wasn't like maybe like a month later. She'd already had like the dad, like another guy come in. We'll call him Alex, and Alex had 2 boys.
Nice.
So during this time, like Ashley and Alex were getting along great. Well, their daughter, like the one that was dating my brother. Oh,
He's playing the Jerry Springer theme.
all right, Kevin Holly Jr.
Yeah, that's a
Don't
little
judge
Kevin
me.
Holly joke there. Jerry. But go ahead.
I know he wants to be like Kevin Holly. Come on, dude, with your sound effects.
Yeah, I was gonna say the sound effects are not us.
Yeah.
Funny,
Yeah, but how
not
perfect
us.
was it?
No, it was good. I did. The funny thing is, as you're telling this story, all I can picture is a dirt road and a trailer with broke down 3 vehicles in the yard. The grass is about 6 feet high. And some tube top short shorts Daisy Duke wearing fat chick is out there yelling at her husband.
No, like the mom was actually Ashley. Like I said, we'll call her Ashley. She was really attractive. And I mean, like the house that they lived in, it was a duplex. It was like 2-bedroom duplex.
Okay.
But so
Kind of
Ashley
ruined
and
my
Alex,
vision. But
sorry,
okay.
I know. Fucking dream killer over here. It's what I'm known for.
Jesus.
Ask Chris.
I can literally picture the homemade half built porch and everything.
Oh my god. So we'll call the daughter. We'll call her. What's a good name? We'll call her
Thing
Crystal.
one.
Sabrina.
We'll call her Crystal.
Crystal.
Okay.
That's a good white trash
Crystal.
stripper name.
That is a good white trash name. I've known a couple of those.
So Crystal like started getting really distant with JT. Like, she just kind of like pretty much like now we say ghosted him.
Okay,
They ended
yeah.
up calling it quits. Like he was upset, whatever. Well, remember that Alex has 2 boys, right? So
Mhm.
they're at this time like they're like 14, 15, and then of course like the younger one, she was like 8 years old.
Okay.
Well, come to find out, Crystal is actually sleeping with the oldest boy.
Nice.
Dating the oldest boy that lived with them.
Who was like 14 or
Okay.
15?
Yeah,
And how old was she?
she's like 14.
Oh, okay.
okay.
So this
They're
is
both
this
like-
is back when JT was young. I'm
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah,
JT
I was gonna say, like JT,
no.
what the hell, dude? I got a room to rent, brother.
What the hell?
JT might need to run to Mexico.
No. So eventually, Ashley and Alex ended up getting married. So now these are her stepsons and Alex's stepdaughters, who continue all throughout high school to have a relationship in the same house. So you
Well,
have
that theme song you played for the opening of this, Chris, is just really hitting home.
so wait a minute. So
The stepdaughter is sleeping with the stepson,
yes.
and
how old was the guy when she got married to him, and how old was she?
yeah, how old was she? If she's got a 14-year-old kid, she's got to be at least 22.
Well, fuck if I know. I mean, she's old enough to have a 14-year-old kid. And
Well, that doesn't help.
Alex was old enough to have a 14-year-old kid. So, I mean, like, they're, like, well in their 30s.
Not
So
necessarily.
she's like,
20s. Yeah, 30s. Okay.
No,
there's a
Jeff,
whole
it's
lot of
not your
fuckery
wife.
going.
I was gonna say that's a whole lot of fuckery going on.
This feels like a whole. I'm so confused. She married him, but she's sleeping with his son.
Well, that's the joys of the hometown stories. Is I mean, you're talking about. So mom ditched dad
Yeah, mom
for
ditched
a
dad
new guy,
for a new guy, which is Alex.
and Alex has got 2 kids that are
Yep.
boys, and the boys come in, they see a girl that's a year older than him, and he's like, "Hey, what's up? We
No,
live
they were
together."
the same age.
Oh well, even better. So he's like, "So, you want to share the bed tonight?" And she said, "Help me, stepbrother. I'm stuck in the dryer." I've seen
But
that
it was
video.
not stepbrother. It's stepson.
No, Chris.
No,
you're
the
completely-
stepbrother is sleeping with the stepsister, like in the movies you see on Pornhub.
Okay, that's where I was confused. I thought the 15-year-old
related.
chick married the 15-year-old dude's dad, and then she was still banging the son. And I
No,
was like, well,
no, the mom and dad are little. The mom and stepdad are just in the house while the stepbrother and stepsister are playing. Let's play Pornhub real life.
Yeah, she got stuck in the doggy door, and he was just
Yeah,
trying to
she
help
said,
her.
I'm just helping her. I can't help with my dick winning her.
Pretty
Okay.
much.
Okay, well now I feel like I'm on the same page as everybody else
So
because
are,
I was
so are you caught up now?
something. Yeah,
I was gonna
'cause
say,
I was thinking some
stop
other
playing with your
whole-
fucking sound effects and actually pay attention. Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
I'm on a whole nother fucking level of fuckery over here. Like,
Yeah, Jesus.
okay, so I'm good.
Chris is like, wait, the 14-year-old is sleeping with the mom, and the 14-year-old is sleeping with the dad. What? But yeah, go ahead.
Damn, Tennessee is confusing.
So it was Georgia.
Same
Georgia,
difference.
same thing. Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, it's all the same at this point.
Where your mom's your dad and your dad's your brother.
Yeah.
But
I'm all
continue,
caught up.
please, because I'm curious.
So I mean, like their whole relationship lasted all the way throughout high school too. Like, because
But I
by the
mean-
time like I was getting into high school, they were both seniors.
Well, I mean, it makes sense though,
But it's her
because when you're in high school, so they're not related.
Jeff,
but
would you sleep with your stepsister? Well,
If she was
Chris,
hot.
No, Chris, would you sleep with your stepsister?
No. No.
What?
But
That's
then
in-house
also-
pussy, dude. At 14, please. If she's
well,
hot and into me, oh man,
okay, well you know my
I would
stepsister.
have my. I would be
first of all.
Well, yeah, I know your stepsister.
No, I could not envision myself just taking my stepsister to Pound Town, even if she was hot. Like, hey, mom and dad are in bed.
Is this the
You
sister
wanna-
I met? Is this
Yeah.
the sister I met?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's my stepsister.
I might.
Yeah,
I
you
might.
probably will.
I would.
Jeff,
Your
you're
stepsister's kinda hot.
What, shit,
If memory
No.
serves correctly, which it usually does.
what?
You're talking to Jeff, Chris.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
know.
look who
Yeah.
you're asking, dude.
Yeah, Jeff would totally rail his stepsister. Me, on the other hand, even if she was super hot, I would be like, yeah, probably not going to happen. But because you are super hot, I know you have super hot friends. So
Exactly. Yeah. Like,
That's a whole
we're
different
doing
story.
a. Yeah, that's a whole other ball game. But yes, what happened to thing one, thing two, and dude one, dude two?
Dude, one dude. Lord, if I know, like after high school, like
So
I
they-
never saw him.
So they dated all through it. Well, like I said, it's not. Yes, it's taboo. However, there's no blood relation there, and I see it as one simple thing. At that age, when you're dating somebody, like I have a perfect example for it. I had a friends in high school. They were dating, and then their parents started dating. So like my buddy and his girlfriend were dating, and then his dad met her mom and started dating. What's the difference?
No.
The difference is dude figured out a way to get his girlfriend to move in with him at 16 years old.
It still does not make it right.
Well, it doesn't make it
Is
wrong.
there any way that you still know these people's names and you can like?
I do. I will actually.
Not you, Jeff.
No, I was going to say, yeah. Look them fuckers up on Facebook. I'm curious.
Yeah, like ask them. Like, do they have like little mongoloid fucking inbred kids running around?
Hey, you guys!
Yeah. One of their fucking kids look like the
Dude from Good.
goddamn.
No, but I mean,
elephant
they wouldn't be fucked up kids, because if they had kids, their kids would be normal because they're not blood related.
Yeah, they're not blood related, but
It's
still,
not
you're
like
gonna
they were
go to the fucking
cousins.
family reunion.
It's not like they were cousins or, yeah, they're not related.
Yeah, they're not technically related.
And
but
not
you're
to
still gonna
mention,
go to the,
not to mention, when you're 15, 16 years old and you're in love, because a 15, 16-year-old in love means you saw some girl and you're like, oh, she's hot, I'm in love. But what do you want to do? You want to spend 24 hours a day with your girlfriend.
They literally spent 24 hours a day with each other.
There you go. I mean, that's
again.
I mean, it would get.
You are justifying.
Yeah, I'm
trying to make
justifying.
it
I have no
okay.
problem justifying that. I mean, it is weird that
Banging your
they
stepsister.
they met. It's a stepsister. I have no problem with
Yeah,
it.
but
It'd be one
No.
thing if she was. I mean, you're the same age, dude. It's like
Yeah.
the you know, you go to kindergarten, and the same girl you met in kindergarten is graduating next to you in senior year. What's the difference?
So
Yeah,
Jeff,
but my stepsister.
Jeff, what you're telling me is like if you and your wife split, you met somebody else,
Mhm.
and you married her, and she had kids, and your boy and her, you would be completely okay with that. Her daughter and your son.
I don't have a problem with it. I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's stepkids. If for some ungodly reason my wife and I split up, and my son was, honey, you weigh in on this. My wife is almost asleep on the couch, but Mom, if you and I split up and I started dating another woman that had a kid, and Kevin started dating said kid, would you have a problem with it? There you go. My wife's okay with it.
So weird.
Yeah.
My sister and I.
Well,
My sister
yeah,
and I.
but this is the difference is I don't have any stepbrothers or stepsisters. My parents have been together for over 40 years, so I've never been in that situation.
So
where
as
you
a guy
have,
who
Chris.
is-
So as somebody that's in that situation,
as a guy that is in that situation and has a stepsister that is less than a year younger than me.
I don't know. Your stepsister, if I recall, was kind of hot, dude.
Back then, she was attractive, but I mean, not like, oh my god, my sister's so hot. But like, you know, I have three of my four. I only have three sisters now. I have a broster. But
Yeah,
like,
you have a broster too. But
you know, they're not. None of them are ugly by no means. You know,
no, none of your siblings are ugly.
My sister in question, you know, back then, you know, she had a lot of male friends, I guess.
Yeah, my wife just made a comment. A half brother and half sister. Now that'd be fucked up.
Yeah, but like I said, being in that situation and having a stepsister that is less than a year younger than me, I could never fathom just being like, "Hey, sis, you're looking pretty good tonight. Mom and Dad went to bed. Guess what, dude?
You want to stay up and watch a scary movie?
Train to Pound Town's coming through. You got your ticket? Because, yeah, that dishwasher's not going to unload itself. Better be careful because it's tricky and you might get stuck. I'm just saying." No, the thought never crossed my mind because I always looked at her as my sister.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you are literally one of the most conservative guys I know, too.
I wouldn't say that.
I am more conservative than what he is.
No. And
Yeah,
the
sure
way
are.
I said the way I explain this, Chris, in your entire life, how many chicks have you dated, including Summer?
3.
How many chicks have? What did you
How
say?
many
3?
women have you been with?
3.
Oh, how many
Eh,
women have I been with sexually,
yeah.
including Summer?
In general?
4 or
Two?
5, maybe.
Okay,
No,
4
not
or 5.
2.
Oh my,
Yeah.
4 and 5. That
Oh,
was
his
a
number
weekend
jumped.
for me back in the day.
What'd you say, Summer?
I said, oh, your number jumped.
I think it's like 4 or 5. It hasn't jumped. Now, as far as sexually, you're talking about the actual act of sex.
No. No, I'm talking like not actually sex. I'm talking about dating.
Oh, dating? I
Yeah.
probably only dated maybe 10 girls. But I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
you're
know
conservative,
what you
dude.
mean by what you
Like
clarified
this
as
is my boyfriend. This
dating.
is my girlfriend.
Okay, yeah. So maybe 10, maybe yeah, maybe 10 or 12. I haven't dated a whole lot of women, but as far as sexual intercourse, yeah, like maybe 4, maybe 5. Damn stud. But not necessarily, not including intercourse, just sexual activity. I had a period where I fooled around, but I mean, I wasn't banging every chick that I came across.
Yeah, see, that's where
So,
you and I differ.
well, you were also at the career center trying to bang anything that fucking breathed too.
Yes, I
If
did.
it had a pulse, you were trying to stick your fucking pecker in.
Yeah. Why
But
do you
that
think
also
I
comes
always
with
tell Chris I dropped a nail? Pick it up.
this is true. Not today, fucker. Not today, Satan.
You're not today, Satan.
But this is again that little man syndrome. You felt like you had something
Yeah,
to
I think that has a
prove.
lot to do with it. I think that has a lot to do with my
Where
instant idiosyncrasy. Oh, which by the way I did watch.
Idiocracy.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so bad.
Which
Holy shit, so stupid.
I've
so
never.
funny.
Yeah, I've never felt the need to. For me to when I have the need to feel like I have to prove something to somebody or something like that,
Mhm.
it's always gone down a violent road where like, oh, you're this motherfucker.
Yeah, see, I'm
I
not
gotta
that.
prove
I'm not
I'm
that
the,
guy.
yeah.
I'm not that guy.
This is my yard and I'm the big dog. So
Yeah,
I've never
I'm not
been
that
that
guy.
guy that's like, ooh, I gotta bang every chick that I look at.
I'm that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know that. We know that.
Yeah,
now.
well,
Yeah.
nobody's perfect. I'm
You
pretty
still
close,
are
but
that
nobody's
guy.
perfect.
And
No,
you still
no,
are that
I'm
guy and you're married.
no.
That's the guy who's like, I had Snapchat for a week and I had to delete it because
No, but it's I don't really see anything wrong with the whole stepbrother and stepsister dating.
I do because like
I mean, it's a
once,
little
like,
weird. It is a
well,
little
no,
weird. I will give you
because
that.
here's the thing. So once like the mom and the dad they initialize like they get married, that is family. Like that is your family.
Yeah, but
Blood
were they
related or
dating
not.
before the official marriage?
It doesn't matter if they were dating before it. They were living together. The mom and dad
And
were already like in that relationship.
well, yeah, but
so
it also
so
doesn't sound
so
like that family's real high on morals either.
there's
Once
that,
again, I'm
too.
picturing the trailer house, the trailer park,
So
the 15 broke down cars.
so the mom and the mom and dad were already in an established relationship,
hmm
and then the
Living
son and
together.
daughter, the stepbrother and stepsister, decided, hey, we live together and you're kind of cool and whatnot. Then they started dating after their parents were already dating.
Well, that actually reminds me of a story I actually
Right.
saw on Facebook. It was like one of those videos that pops up on your feed, and you're like, "What the fuck?" And it was this guy and girl. They were separated at birth,
They're all high
and
fiving each other,
and
right?
10 years later, 10 years later, after they graduated high school, they like one was adopted or something like that,
Yeah.
and they met and started dating, and then they found out that they were brother and sister. Now that's okay. Look, we've been dating for they were dating for like 3 years before they found out they were brother and sister because the guy was adopted. Then at that point they're like, we don't see anything wrong with it. I was like, look, I do.
Well, yeah. I like what Angel said. I like what Angel said. They all high five each other. The dad comes out and the son comes out. And he's like, I just took that bitch to Pound Town. And the dad was like,
like,
yeah,
me too.
I beat that pussy up. High five. Let's go get a beer.
Yeah, I mean, I get where you're coming from, where it would be odd at first.
No, it's not even an
would,
odd at first thing. I'm 100% with Summer because
no.
At that point, you're family. What?
Who won?
I have no idea who won, bud.
You didn't even watch it.
I was watching it, but I turned it off.
I don't know. I think it's.
I told you to download the app, man. I don't know.
I don't feel like it.
Oh, hold on a second. I'll see if I can figure it out. Yeah, no, it's just it's.
I think it is a bit taboo, but it's not illegal.
It's not illegal,
but it's still weird. It's still gross in my eyes.
Well,
Pittsburgh won.
Who?
Pittsburgh.
Who's that?
Who are they playing?
Steelers. Dallas.
Who are they playing? Oh well, who cares?
It's preseason Hall of Fame game. It doesn't matter for anything.
Let me grab another beer.
But no, I mean, yeah, no, it's just it's gross. I mean, like I said, being in that situation and having a stepsister around my age, that thought never crossed my mind. It wasn't one of those things. So,
but then it just all goes back to we actually have morals and.
Yeah. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, we have morals. This is very true. Jeff has.
Are you saying I don't?
Jeff has no morals and very low standards.
I have very low standards.
I've seen some of the girls that he quote unquote dated in high school. Yeah, we're live.
That reminds me. You know who popped in my head the other day?
Yes, we're live.
Chris, you know who popped in my head the other day? Do you remember T-Rex?
T-Rex.
Hold on. I'm going to do a visual for you if you can see. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I do not remember her name. But that popped in my head the other day. I fucking lost it. I started laughing so hard for no reason.
I guess the only way that I could remotely even consider being on Jeff's side in this conversation is if said stepbrother and stepsister say they were already dating a couple of years.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what happened with my buddy.
No. I'm saying like in that situation, it's fucked up and it's wrong. But like say the future stepbrother and stepsister, they were dating for a couple of years, and then the parents met, and then they were like, oh, then they hit it off, and it's like, well, I've already been in a relationship with this girl for like 2 years, and now you assholes decide to get fucking married. So now
what? They actually have a movie about that, and it's called Because I Said So.
Really?
Is it like some kind of weird rom-com?
Yeah. So like the mom was setting her daughter up on all these dates, and then the daughter ended up dating this bad guy, and he wasn't a bad guy. The mom just thought he was, but he's actually a really good guy.
There's actually a movie about I think it's Brandon Fraser, and
that was where he was locked in the fallout shelter for like 50 years or something.
No. I love that movie. That's Blast from the Past. No, there's a movie with what's the blonde chick? She played the hooker in The Hangover.
Gonia. I've only seen The Hangover once, and I thought it was a stupid
Okay.
fucking movie.
She was she was in the
Summer,
second
you like
Austin
the Hangover
Powers.
movies?
Yeah,
Heather
I like it,
Graham?
but that
Heather Graham, yes, Heather Graham, and I want to say Brandon Fraser, but I'm probably wrong. Where they meet, they start dating, and they find out that the mom had given him up for adoption. Her mom had given him up for adoption, and they were brother and sister. But it turns out the mom was lying because she wanted Heather Graham's character to marry a richer guy.
Well, that's a whole other situation if you start banging your blood brother or blood sister.
But I just remember that scene because
Which, in all honesty, at this point, Jeff, I feel like if you thought your sister was hot, you probably would bang her.
no, you know what? I don't think I
That's
could
where
take
he
it
draws
that
the
far.
line.
Yeah, I draw the line at that one. I
half
don't think.
sister, maybe.
Yeah.
No, you
he's
know,
like, he comes in the house. He's had 3 strawberry kiwi wine coolers, and he's like, sis, I've been meaning to tell you for a long time. You're pretty fucking hot. And she's
is
like,
this big?
And Jeff's like, I got this ticket for Pound Town if you're interested. I'm telling mom and dad.
Shut up. That ain't cool. It was a joke.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, as yes, it is odd. It is not the norm. However,
thanks for making it weird tonight, baby.
Yeah, no
I
shit.
do what I can.
Good God.
I love the hotel stories, though.
No, that is a good one. It's a moral dilemma. It all depends on
It is not a moral dilemma.
It is a moral dilemma.
Fucking morals and standards.
No, I have morals. I don't kill anybody yet this week.
But you'll bang your sister.
Stepsister.
Jeff's gonna call his mom and be like, "Why can't you divorce dad and give me a stepsister so I could
prove these fuckers wrong?"
I don't want that video either.
Just so I can prove these fuckers wrong.
It's okay. It's perfectly fine. Yeah.
See, watch this, Chris. She can suck start a Harley.
And blocked.
Well, on that note, I am finished with story time, hometown stories.
Yeah, no, we do appreciate it because it does. It, like I said, it does bring a little thought process to the podcast.
It does.
A little sick thought, but whatever.
So Saturday night, you're gonna have a new one for us, and I can maybe properly introduce it.
You know what? But that intro is perfect for that story.
I didn't even know what the story was.
That's what makes it even funnier.
Like, so what's this? What's tomorrow's story? What's this? I'm not going to tell you. You have to wait until I tell it. I just want to know.
No, totally worth it. Totally worth it that you didn't know, and the sound effect really set the mood.
I'm sorry. I went full. Sorry, I went full Kevin Holly. But
However, speaking of setting, speaking of movies and weird shit, my wife had never seen.
To go. I have,
go ahead and jump off.
In my cart that I have to buy.
Oh well.
Oh yeah, your girl was live again tonight, wasn't she? They're back from vacation.
Yeah, she was, and I was like so sad. I thought I was gonna miss it, but I got out of there for like the last 30 minutes, and so I was late getting in here.
That's okay. Well, you weren't the only one that was late.
Supportive fiance.
You weren't the only one that was
co-host, and you still showed up late. What
Yeah.
does it say about you?
That means I'm awesome.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
No, I think the fact that I was able to somehow manage to pull out an hour
No,
on
that
my
was
own
impressive. Well, like I
makes
said,
me awesome.
it all came down to one thing. The problem is the company my wife works for literally announced today that they need to turn in said paperwork today. So not only am I standing out there waiting on my wife to finish, I'm out there with the other husbands and wives going, can we go? There was like 9 of us out there that just showed up to hand in paperwork. So it was like,
well, it is what it is.
Yeah. But yeah.
But don't worry. I got this.
Yeah, well, I literally, I got there, and like I said, I left my phone here on purpose because my phone doesn't work without Wi-Fi. But I got to this. I was sitting outside the office, and I'm talking with the guy. I said, hey, you know what I should have done? I should have told Chris to go live and vamp. And my wife comes out, and she's like, what are you still doing here? And all that shit. And then she's like, Chris already started. I was like, yeah, good on him. I said, see, I knew this man and I are right on the same fucking brainwave.
And I told you, I was like, yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll probably just go live and wing it. And Cameron started messaging me at 8, and he was like, are you guys going live? And I was in another Haps live, and they're like, dude, don't you have your podcast? I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm giving it until 8:30, and then I'm just gonna go, and whatever happens. And I started, and at 8:30, Cameron was messaging me. He was sending me gifts, and he was like, it was like a gif of The Rock, and it was like, let's go. And then there was a gif of Michael Buffer, and it was like, it is time. And I was like, all right, here we go. Well, I'm just gonna wing it. And I came in, I didn't know what the fuck to talk about. I didn't know what the fuck to do. And I had, fortunately, like right off the bat, the Chatters box was on fire. And of course, it was the official start of football season. So I was like, all right, I know what I can fall back on this. We can talk a little football,
which is great because that would have been just me sitting here going, oh, fucking hell. Which is like when I talk about cars. Speaking of cars, you're going to make fun of me. And I know you will. And I'm okay with it.
We'll go fire check here while you talk about it.
Because my wife and I started looking at vehicles. Because yes, we are going to fix the Clips. We are going to fix the Malibu, but we want something reliable in the grand scheme of things. And the Eclipse and the Malibu are not that because they're over 20 years old. So we started looking at the Jeep Patriots.
Fucking queer.
Yeah. Well, no, here's where it gets worse. Here's where you're going to make really fun of me.
Well, the Patriots aren't any worse than those cars you were looking at before.
No, they aren't. The only problem with the Patriot is the transmissions. The 07s and 08s and 09s, the transmissions are just problematic. But you know what I started looking at that I really kind of started getting into? I'm kind of looking at the Dodge Nitro.
Well, and that's the thing. Dodge, in all these years, Dodge and Mopar or whatever, they have not been able to figure out how to fucking build a transmission that's not fucking plastic.
Yeah, well, the problem the problem with the Liberty or the Patriot is it's a CVT transmission, which it doesn't shift. It's basically a cone that's slowly just, as opposed to stepping down, it's just one solid power band. And people when they get into a first time they drive a vehicle with a CVT transmission, they're freaked out because it'll rev at 6,000. It'll go to 6,000 RPMs, stay there, but the speedometer will slowly increase, and it freaks them out because they're waiting for the vehicle to shift, and it doesn't. So they're like, "What the fuck?" But I started looking at the Dodge Nitro, and I found one that's really nice. But I found out one eerie thing about the Dodge Nitro. It's the exact same platform as the fucking Liberty. Yeah. It's the exact same vehicle with a different body. So I started looking at Liberties. And I'm trying to convince my wife if we buy Liberties, if I can make it a convertible.
Well, you better build a fucking garage.
No, because like I said, I'm going to rhino line the interior, with the exception of the seats, will be neoprene, like a wetsuit.
Yeah.
So far, she shot me down every time I mention it, but I'll just wait till she's at work one day and be like, look, I got a Sawzall.
And then you'll be filing for divorce.
Well, I can sleep in the Liberty.
There's that.
But
Okay.
they're not terrible vehicles, but they're just goofy.
They're goofy looking, and in my opinion, they're way too small. But this is also a guy who has,
well, to me, they're like a fucking Escalade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've got a family of 6, so
Yeah, well, that's another thing. Well, we're only a family of 4, but the reason why we need an SUV. We can't do cars all the time, because if it floods, which it does every time it rains, as you leave, you can't leave if you don't have something that can ford the water for at least 6 hours. Yeah. So because we're kind of at a weird hill valley thing. But
and I mean, that's where I've been looking at pickup trucks, because if I've got a pickup truck that's got the bench seat in the front, then it'll work. But
throw the other ones in the bed.
Well, no, I mean, if you got a pickup truck with the extended cab or the quad cab, you got the 3 seats in the back, and if your front seat has the bench on it, you got 3 seat belts in the front. So I mean, it would work.
Well, but, actually, believe it or not, what I'm looking at right now, the 2021 Blazer. I'm kind of a fan.
I kind of like them, but then I kind of don't.
Seeing pictures, pictures, I was kind of on the fence, but I saw one in person 2 days ago, and I was like, "Hello, pretty." And they're massive. They're not the '96 Blazer.
No, but I mean, they're still only 5-person, whatever.
Yeah.
But I did see a Bronco today that I kind of like, the new Broncos. It was not the little stupid one that I've seen.
The Bronco,
it was a little bit bigger. And the new 2021 2022 Bronco.
Those are jokes.
It was a little bit bigger than what I've seen at the dealerships, but it had the soft top on it, and it had like a little 3-inch lift on it. Like I said, it was bigger than the ones that I've seen, but it was a brand new Bronco, and I was like, well, I kind of, sort of, but nah, that's just, Ford already makes the Expedition. So you make a big SUV, just do the fucking Bronco, right? And the same thing Chevy should have done with the Blazer. The new Blazer is pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of like it.
It looks cool, but they should have gone old school with it. Make it look cool, like the C10 Blazers. Basically make it a Silverado super short bed with a cap.
Something like that. But no, like I said, I'm still leaning towards like a Traverse or a Tahoe or something.
Tahoes are badass, though.
Ford, I'm kind of steering away, because for whatever fucking reason, a brand new Ford Expedition, which is or Ford Explorer, which I could get away with,
right,
is like $20,000 more than a brand new Traverse or a Tahoe.
Yeah, well, it's the difference between Ford and Chevy. Well, I started looking at the only reason I looked at the Chevy Blazer, because when I see the full price, I'm like, fuck that. But the down payment, they only want $2,000. No, it's like $1,500. And I'm like, really? But the kickoff for Mexico, what really fucks you over when you buy a new vehicle in Mexico, if you get your oil changed anywhere but at the dealership, it voids the warranty.
Oh, really?
And they want $300 to change the oil. And that's
Yeah,
just
I
kind of
mean-
that's some stone cold fuckery.
Yeah, no, I agree. But for
Because I
my
can change
car,
I can
it's
change the
not a-
oil in my driveway for $20,
Yeah,
give or take.
well, I mean, my car to change the oil on it, it's about $100 to
Right.
change the oil on it. But my car, you can also only use the synthetic oil, and so that's
Right.
why it costs so much.
Well,
Which
yeah,
is a real kick in
but
the
still, even $100 isn't that bad. But I mean, just because you're taking it to the dealership where another guy would charge me $100, or
Mhm.
I could do it for less than $100 here in my driveway. Chevy dealership charges like $300, and I'm like, that's fucked up. That's why we're looking at used vehicles. We just like it. I think we're gonna end up
Well-
waiting another 2 months because she's been killing it so much that we have about half for a 2017 right now. So if
Yeah.
we wait another 2 months, we'll have what we need for 2017, 2018.
Yeah. And that's the problem that I'm running into, like with my car, for instance, is I want to trade it in, but I don't want to. It's a 2017. I bought it brand new.
Right.
I don't
I've
want to
never
trade
had a
it
brand
in
new
for
vehicle.
something- I've had a few, but I got into the habit of buying brand new cars. But I don't want to trade my car in for something older than what I already have,
Right.
or for another 2017 that has twice the mileage on it than my car does. I mean,
Right.
so
Well, like-
Mom was looking.
The main reason why I almost refuse to buy a brand new vehicle all comes down to I will void the warranty before I leave the fucking shop.
Well, that's because you're a jackass.
No, because of the simple fact, I'm the kind of guy who's like, okay, we got a 4x4 truck. Let's lift that motherfucker. Or we got a 2-wheel drive truck. Let's lower that motherfucker. Or, let's throw in a stereo that'll fucking make your ears bleed. Or let's change the paint because we got it cheap because it was white.
Yeah, but putting a stereo, put a stereo in it, whatnot, is not gonna, void
Voids the
your
warranty in a Tesla. Tesla and any EV. Any EV. It will
of
void
us
the
are
warranty if you
buying
change out the.
fucking Teslas anytime soon.
I don't know, dude. That's Cybertruck.
Yeah, well, no, that thing's fucking ugly.
It's cool though.
No, but yeah, that's the thing. Like, I bought my car,
I gotta go fried chicken.
and it had the manufacturer's warranty on it, bumper to bumper, everything included, which is actually came in handy one time. But power steering went out, and my car is completely computerized, so it was a chip, and it's not power steering fluid or anything like that. But when Sparky comes back, I'm gonna get ready and wrap this up because I gotta work in the morning. Some of us have jobs. It's been a night. I can't believe this has gone on for almost 3 hours. But do need to end this. I gotta work in the morning and Saturday, guys. As I said earlier, Saturday. Rocky will be joining us, which I'm looking forward to. And no, I was just saying I'm getting ready to wrap this up because I've got to work in the morning, unlike some people.
Yeah, I was gonna say I gotta run over to the store real quick. I just realized the only thing we have to drink in the house is beer.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Well, except for the fact that I only have 2 left.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of blitzed. Not blitzed, but I'm tipsy. Be an interesting walk to the store. And I'm actually barely buzzed. Really.
Yeah.
If I really sit here and think about it.
Well, get you a 12-pack for Saturday night, and we'll see how that
Well,
goes.
I'll probably get something for Saturday night. I did. You would be proud of me, sir. Like I said, I was bombing around between stores today, and I stopped into a like 7-Eleven kind of joint. It's an OXXO. And I almost bought Coke, but I bought flavored water instead.
Well, there you go. There you
But
go.
I'm pretty sure the flavored water I bought had more sugar in it than if I would have bought a
Well,
Coke.
just look at the label. Like I said, the body armor is really good. I don't know if you can get that down there. Body
Now-
armor is really good.
The closest thing I can get, they have a brand of water down here called Electropuda. And
Yeah.
Electropuda has a flavored water, and they got a strawberry flavored water that'll blow your fucking mind. It's like you're sucking on strawberries, but I'm pretty sure it's a shit ton of sugar in it. I didn't check the
Well,
label.
yeah, it's much like Gatorade and Powerade. I mean, yeah, it's got the electrolytes and this, that, and the other thing, but it's also got 45 pounds of sugar per bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but I'm gonna try my best to get this episode up tomorrow because again, I would like to have this up so maybe people can hear it before we go live Saturday.
Right.
Because again, Rocky will be joining us Saturday night.
I'm excited about it. Actually, our first
interview.
full-on real interview guest.
I can't say ghost because Summer yelled at me the other day. She's like, "I've been on, Jay's been on, Tony's been on, Cameron's been on." And I'm like,
yeah, but
I know,
we
but I
didn't
was saying,
plan
like,
it. We didn't plan those. They were just kind of random occurrences. And
now, granted, Summer does have her segment now, which
she's got her segment, and I like that.
anytime she
I like the segment. It's funny. The hometown stories is funny and the thought provoking.
as long as she we can plan that out. That'll be like the only planned segment on this podcast. But it's
get
fun.
on your homework, woman. Remember that shit. Search your memory.
I'm sure she's got stories for days, to be honest with you. Just because of but yeah, no, like I said,
of course, if we really have a bad day, we can always invite Dad over.
Yeah, right.
and Joanne can sit there and talk about your thing.
Yeah, if Dad's allowed to come over, if Pops is allowed to come over. But like I said, I do want to wrap this up. I got
let's go and wrap up.
And I got to get the kids squared away. They might be already laying down. Fuck, I don't know. But actually, I doubt they are because Cash is still wearing his tennis shoes in the house. Why, I don't know. But he's a weird little kid.
My kids do the same thing. My kid, I can't keep kids off shoes on my kids. It's the weirdest thing. That reminds me of the 11th and the 13th birthdays.
11th and 13th of when?
This month.
Oh, really?
It was my kids' birthdays. My son is the 11th. My daughter's the 13th.
Well,
a couple years apart, obviously.
The 13th is a Friday, and the 11th is a Wednesday. Fuck your birthday, kid. The only reason I know that is because the 14th, that Saturday, is the first Browns preseason game. So we'll be doing the podcast, and I'll have the Browns game on my phone. Which means
my eyes will glaze over halfway through. I'm just like,
well, no, I'm just gonna have it on my phone so I can watch it. But I mean,
of course,
I'll probably randomly be like, yeah.
Well, I'm actually trying to figure out. While I was at Home Depot today, I was looking at barbecues and shit. I think I'm gonna do burgers and hot dogs and stuff, and we're gonna have a pool party for the kids. We usually try to do it on like the 11th or the like around the 12th. Anyways, so that we celebrate both birthdays at the same time, and in case they're listening, I don't want to go ahead and say what they might be getting, but I went window shopping today and almost passed out prices.
Yeah, well, that happens.
That'll do it. Yeah,
trust me. Yeah, because my kids' birthdays are April, May, July, and September. So I get a break, but the first three just pile on.
Yeah.
And then I get a break before Parker's birthday, but still. I get a
nice break between the birthdays and Christmas. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Although my wife announced to me the other day, she says, I want to have another one. I was like, what are you, stoned?
Yeah, good luck with that. How long?
Exactly. I was like, well, you can tell your next husband that.
Well, yeah. And when I was married, I had birthdays in April, May, June, July,
Uh-huh.
and then not only a birthday, my ex-wife's birthday was in June, but our wedding anniversary was in June.
Oh shit, I gotta worry about that. I gotta
So I
November.
went. Yeah, I would go from February to July. Valentine's
think it's
Day.
November. I have to look it up.
You fucking dummy.
I was going through paperwork today, so I have our marriage license on the table, so I'll check.
Yeah, just as you're picking it up, look at the date.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways,
Like, oh
we're
yeah,
gonna wrap this.
set the calendar.
Check our calendar. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up for tonight. So make sure you guys come back and join us Saturday. Rock Lee will be joining us, which should be interesting, and probably a complete and total train wreck because that's just the show.
Everything. Yeah, it's a dumpster fire.
Yeah. Shout out to the Chatters Box as always. Thank you guys for checking this out live and bullshitting with us, and especially tonight. Thank you guys for the first hour and
I appreciate everybody because I was unavoidably detained.
Yes, being a lively bunch and keeping the flow going. If you guys aren't already, feel free to go give us a follow, a like, a thumbing, a pounding, a hashtag, whatever you want on social media. Yeah.
Ring that bell. Holy shit, I'm tired.
Ring the bell. On social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all at Nonsensical Nonsense. And again, I've said it 3 or 4 times tonight because I was just floundering. But also as well,
we finally figured out how to get the social media out there.
Yes,
maybe late.
Look alone. Also, while you're at it, if you've ever caught any of our lives and you're interested to see what the rest of the show sounds like and want to get caught up on all the episodes, there's 30 episodes currently on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, and pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts. Just search up Nonsensical Nonsense, not the fake Nonsensical Nonsense that talks about your astrology sign and the stars and the moon. And
I saw that, and I was like, somebody stole our name. We need to trademark that shit.
Whatever them fucking weird hippies are doing, but Nonsensical Nonsense with these 2 dummies. And check out the podcast, and don't hesitate to reach out and comment.
And if you want to email us, speaking of reaching out, if you want to email us, do so at nonsensicalnonsense@podcast@gmail.com. Please, I'm bored. I don't have much to do. Go ahead and send me an email.
Email us and tell Jeff that he sucks for.
Or tell us you like tell us you like the hometown stories, or give us your opinion on tonight's hometown story. That's the one we need. Give us your opinion on hometown stories at nonsensicalnonsenspodcast@gmail.com. Would you fuck your stepsister?
Jeff would. Jeff would fuck his sister.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I could.
I mean, my sister was hot enough.
I don't think I could.
You totally would.
I don't know.
Like I said, you get 2 or 3 strawberry kiwi wine coolers in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're hitting on your sister.
How you doing?
And on that note, Jeff's banging his sister, and we are out of here.
Deuces.
Where the hell's that in broadcast button? I can never find this button.
Need to make that red, perhaps.
Yeah, right. It is red. Well, it's pink. I just don't have my glasses on. Oh yeah, I got to tell you about that Saturday. Don't let me forget to tell you about the whole.
I will not.
Glasses.
Don't forget to tell us on Saturday about the glasses.
No, tell me Saturday when we're live on the podcast.
Because I was going to say Saturday morning, 6 a.m. Hey, Chris, don't forget that.
Yeah. Tell us when we're live on the podcast. And if you don't remind me, you're an asshole and you should be ashamed of yourself. But on that note, I put my glasses on.
Jesus.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
Like a scene in Game of Thrones. Shame. Shame.
On that note, I did find the end broadcast button because I put my glasses on and I
All
can
right.
see. It's a miracle. Praise Jeebus.
Deuces for the second time.
We are out of here.